Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, Hotel Transylvania.
I
watched the first one.
Yeah,
with
we've seen the
Gage.
first one.
I think I watched the second one with Jack.
I've seen none other.
All the other ones after that don't really matter.
Yeah, I
That's
think
like
I watched the second
5
one.
now, aren't they?
Something like
I
that.
think there's
I
four
think they're
of
working on
them.
the fourth one.
Fourth one?
No, I think they already came out with the fourth one.
Oh, did they? See, this is how much I care.
I only
It's
watched-
called Transformania or Hotel Transylvania Transformania.
Okay, so that's
Yeah, doesn't
going
he
too
turn
far.
human or something?
Yeah, because they turn human and then the humans turn into monsters. And I think I only watched it once, if I watched it all.
Is that the one where they were on the boat, on the yacht?
No, that's the third one.
We were at
I
Eric's.
only saw that one twice. I didn't care for it.
We were at Eric's the other day and they were watching one. They had like a little redheaded baby.
Yeah, that's the
That's
second
the second
one.
one.
The second one.
I do know that because I saw that one.
They're
I
all
saw that
fucking
one.
retarded. It doesn't
I like
matter.
the,
I like
the
the
first
first one.
one's good.
Sure.
It was
It
cute.
is.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're
I like
talking
the song
about.
at
Shut
the
your-
end.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Hear that, guys? I should
No.
probably just get off this podcast.
Real.
Shut your whore.
Shut your whore mouth.
Karen can do it.
Back
In
to your home
your
on Whore
basement?
Island.
In my basement, yeah. You're gonna go over to my basement. Sorry, you're out of the podcast, but we're still gonna need to use your house and all your shit.
Sorry about you sucking and all, but we're still
Yeah.
gonna need to go down there.
It makes
and
you
do
wonder
this.
though, like, do I actually suck at this, or are you guys just using me for the podcast? They just come over here like, well, unfortunately, we
Just
can't
let him
kick
have
Joseph
it.
out.
We need to use this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we just can't kick Joseph out because, well, he provides everything.
Let him think he knows what he's talking
Yeah, let
about.
him- yeah,
Just
just
smile
nod your
Smile and
head,
wave.
yeah.
Smile and wave.
Yeah, smile and
yeah,
wave.
Joseph, dumbass.
Oh, God.
Fuck that guy.
Anyways, hi guys.
Anyway, welcome back.
On average, it's usually about 2 minutes before we actually start talking.
Really,
about
yeah. Welcome back. We are the
I
Bonsai
spilled something.
Movie Crew. For all of you who have never heard us before, which I'm sure this is not the first one you're going to step in on because this movie, well, we'll get there. It was a treat. But check out all our social stuff down there at the bottom. Or who's doing the timestamps?
He's trying to find
Oh,
something.
Yeah, I'm
I-
trying to find
Hold on.
something.
Hold on.
Just give him a piece of paper
Yeah.
here.
Go grab one. Her paper.
I
She's
can make
got
an airplane
3,000
and throw
of
it
them.
at you. Karen used to have a bunch of
But
paper.
welcome back.
I did.
I'm gonna need to borrow your phone.
Son of a... I'm prepared.
You want a fucking liver too?
No shit. God.
How about a kidney or a spleen? All right.
I
Anyway,
doodle so I can pay attention.
Anyway, let's just move right into it. We got. Well, I wasn't going to do any internet stuff this week, but that Haley Welch, the Hawk Tua girl, is still on
What's
the
a
up and
Hawk
up.
Tua?
Hawk Tua. Didn't you ever watch the video? Hawk Tua. Just spit on that thing. How do you explain this to your 17-year-old daughter?
I can. She's not my kid.
By all means.
Spit on that dick.
Spit on his dick.
See, that's what I thought. I just wanted you to say
Just
it.
spit on it. I mean, what?
Spit on that thing.
Yeah, just spit on that thing. That's fucking great that it came from her. And then you see interviews with her. She's like one of the most conservative people you'll probably ever see on.
I mean, just because you're conservative doesn't mean you ain't freaky.
I'm saying like she seems very conservative. Like I'm not saying she is. We don't know what she does behind closed doors, but like if you see her, she's a very innocent girl. I guess Playboy approached her to do a spread, and she's like,
I get
no.
what you're saying.
And then like everyone's like, "You gonna start an OnlyFans?" She's like, "No." She's not doing none of that dumb shit.
Well,
so
you can
good for
still
her.
respect yourself and still be
Yeah,
a freaky person.
that's
You
what,
know
that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
yeah, you can still.
She could
respect
still.
it,
Who knows
yeah.
what she's like behind
I'm glad.
closed
I'm
doors.
glad for her. Like
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
She seems like a very humble person.
Good for
She's
her.
also very young, and she seems like she grew up in a like a sort of like a family, an actual family dynamic.
Well, I guess it depends on.
But I guess it depends because she says she's a crack baby.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say, and that the whole thing we're supposed to find out here, I guess.
Yeah, so we got an interview with her on the Whitney Cummings podcast, and then we have an interview with her from the Bill Maher podcast. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. We're gonna watch a clip of each, and I might not even watch the whole clip to be honest with you because they're pretty long and we have a lot to get through. So we're gonna watch those and get a little giggle out of it. Let's do the awkward one with Bill Maher first. Because he's not creepy at all.
He used to be pretty funny.
Used to be. He still is.
Because there's like so much I would love to know about being a 21-year-old girl.
Like what?
I mean, first of all, I mean, you know, you're adorable, you're cute. It's just the way of the world. I mean, you got the world by the balls when you're what? Okay.
Because I got my granny girl.
Is that like a fucking
Your
alcohol
granny.
seltzer or
Yeah,
something?
she raised you.
Wait, how old are you? And you're not married?
68, never been.
68. How do you feel about an 80-year-old woman?
Yeah, I think it's still seltzer water.
Oh,
How do
honey,
you feel about that?
if you only knew the first thing about me.
What's the first thing about you?
Well, that I wouldn't be with
I'm not going to call you Paw Paw or nothing, but hey, I'm trying to throw something together.
Absolutely. You learned that thing about spitting from
I don't know
I
who
mean-
that was.
She went.
Yeah,
It was a little
her
weird.
face really says it all.
Yeah, she's like, "Are you hitting on me, dude? Like, I'm not gonna blow you." Like, I don't know how. I think she's like 22 or something, 21 or 22. She's really
a
young.
lot younger, but I mean, like compared to him, that's a child.
Yeah,
I-
he's literally old enough to be her grandpa.
Yeah,
That's why she said, "I'm not gonna call you Papa."
Yeah, I'm not gonna call you Papa. And he's like, "Damn, I was hoping to get a piece."
Shit.
I don't know. Bill Maher, he might be gay because he's not married, no
Is he?
kids. Yeah, he doesn't have a woman. So
What else? That bachelorhood, doesn't really mean anything.
true, I guess. I don't know. I've always liked Bill Maher. I can't bash
I
on
think
him,
George
so.
Clooney would have done it if that woman didn't make him get married. I don't know how she did it, but she did.
Maybe she spits on that thing.
Maybe.
She was doing the hot Tua before she came along. All right, let's watch this one with Whitney Cummings. This is the one.
It down.
That was an accident.
Was it though?
Yeah. I forgot this little trigger here actually does one.
Put the cookie down.
Maybe that's why he hits that one so much.
Do you have any celebrity crushes? Because you're at a place where you can kind of meet whoever you want. You know you're in this weird situation where you could actually meet your celebrity crush.
Let's see.
Any comedians you have crushes on, I can help you. I can help you.
Matt Rife.
Let's see if we can get Matt Rife on the horn.
I'm like, hey, boy,
It's possible.
get on
We'll
his
see.
ass. Get on him.
Get on him.
Get on him.
I'm trying to get you on him.
How old is he?
Matt Rife, 28 maybe? What? Is that too old for you? Too young for you?
That is not too old for me.
No.
She's like, no.
Okay, so Matt
It's like, I
Rife
will
is your
spit
type.
on
He
that
does have
thing.
great teeth, great eyelashes, dark. You were just describing Matt Rife this whole time.
Maybe.
Matt,
Elaborate.
Bonjour.
you're really making a Wish Kids Day today. I appreciate this.
Are you dying?
I asked Haley her celebrity crush, and it's
Don't look at me like that.
Miss Haley Welch.
Yeah, Miss Haley Welch.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing better now. Thanks for the ego boost. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was like words.
Oh
Don't
my
worry.
goodness.
Any more
why
than
am I
you know.
blushing? Why am I blushing?
I know
right
my
now?
face is hot.
Her face is.
Because you're like a proud
I feel like Ghislaine Maxwell.
married parent.
I feel like Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm like,
my
oh,
God.
I trafficked a young
Or a
blonde.
painting.
I found one, Jeffrey.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Haley, how old are you?
21.
Legal.
Did he just hang up? You're like 20 years too young for him.
Ooh,
Say it
Haley,
again.
how's your mom?
How old's your mom?
My mama a kid. You don't want her. He's a...
So she doesn't have any teeth, you're saying?
No, I'm so serious. You don't want her.
Is she an actual kid?
Hmm?
Really?
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Are you?
Yeah. Why do you think I'm so funny?
Okay, she might be your soulmate.
The trauma. I love it. Now I see where the personality comes from. This is great.
Yeah, I ain't got any brain cells.
How are you enjoying fame? It sucks, right?
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, this
Oh, just wait.
is how Matt felt about it in the beginning too. Yeah. Matt, what is she in
It's
for?
crazy because you
What
can
is
tell
I
she
was
doesn't
very
care that
happy a
much.
year
Like,
ago.
she doesn't even have like her roots. Are
You know,
growing
it's so
out.
funny. I just did an
Any
interview
other
with
girl will be like, oh my
Forbes,
god, freaking out.
and
Shit,
they
you can tell
asked me
she's just
about
like, she don't
you,
give a fuck.
and
Oh,
they
they
just
did?
said,
What'd you
Girl
tell
wearing
them?
makeup, like she don't care about that shit.
nothing crazy. They just asked because I had the beginning of my success was via the internet as well. And they were just asking if I had any kind of advice to somebody who had similar success in a similar field and platform. And you were the example that I brought up. And I basically just said to stick to your guns and have fun and be smart and responsible, because as much, I'm sure you've already started to see this a little bit, as much as people love you today, more and more people hate you tomorrow. And the more people love you, the more people hate you because people love you. So people love to see you succeed in the beginning, but then they love to tear you down when they feel like you've gotten too big for your britches. So my advice that I gave was just for you to be smart and enjoy yourself, and don't. I love that you spent money on taking food to the dog shelter. I saw that. I thought that was adorable. Of course, that's the kind of you should be spending your money on. Enjoy yourself. You're 21. Go out to some clubs, have some fun, but don't
Get roofied.
You know, save some crap. Yeah, see, don't get roofied, preferably.
Okay.
Also, when he
And
says
save some for the rest of us.
Okay.
when he says don't get too big for your britches, he means don't gain weight.
Oh, you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about
God,
it.
no. Preferably stay below like
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
zero.
Chelsea, you need some.
Oh, Chelsea, her friends are freaking out.
Hi, Chelsea.
All right.
The camera guy?
What's up, bro?
What a amazing. I mean, this is amazing advice. This is
It is. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Is that really what
You're
you told
so
me, or you
welcome.
just trying to be sweet?
All right.
No, I swear to God, you'll see the interview probably.
All right, so I just thought I'd share that little bit with you. Like, it just shows how kind of she's down to earth. She's not as fucking uptight and stuck up, or I'm sure she doesn't wake up in the morning and stare at herself in the fucking mirror like a weirdo. She just comes off as a pretty down to earth kind of chick. I kind of like that about her. I think she's pretty cool. And
Yeah, that's the
I hope
most
she stays
interaction
sane.
I've seen of her. I'll be honest, I haven't seen anything outside.
Yeah,
of
she just pops
clips.
up on TikTok and shit like that. These different podcast interviews, and I just think that she seems like a really sweet, down to earth girl. And I hope that she stays famous for that reason, because it just shows that not every famous person has to be, but maybe she's setting a new precedent for what famous people can be like. You know what I mean? As long as she does it right and she continues to stay relevant, because she could fall off tomorrow and nobody would even, you know what I mean? I'm surprised she's still relevant. I think the only reason why she is because she's doing all these podcast interviews and stuff like that. I think people find her charming.
Sure.
So, and as long as she sticks with that, I think she'll be fine. But who knows? Sex tape might come out about her next week. So,
Hope
her and Matt Rife.
Oh God.
I might watch that. Not because of her, but because of Matt Rife. He is pretty.
He is pretty, but he knows it. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
He admits it. One of his stands up. He's like, "You think this just happened overnight?" No, wait, it did. Because he said I was really ugly in high school, and then he goes on about how fine he is now.
I think he said he's had some work done though in the past. I don't know though. I'm
Well,
not
if he was
sure.
if he was that ugly in high school, how do you get that pretty?
I don't know. Plucking his eyebrows.
Nah, that don't happen.
Jeremiah's looking him up right
I
now.
bet he
I'm gonna
is.
find a picture of this bitch.
I just don't understand. You can't go from dump truck to Jensen Ackles and not have
Hold
work
on
done.
now. Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Jensen Ackles is in a league of
No,
his
he's
own.
perfect. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't
Jensen
go.
Ackles is in a league of his own.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you can't go from there to there. It doesn't work. You have to have work done.
He does look like. I don't
But he
know.
doesn't look like he's had work done. That's the thing.
Right.
It looks.
He was
like
just
he's
in the recent episode of that '90s show that we just watched
Matt
today.
Rife was.
Yeah, he
Was
was.
he?
Yeah, he was a
This is in
germaphobe.
2013.
Until he got drunk.
He looks fine.
Yeah, he just grew up.
Yeah,
Maybe it's how he viewed himself.
maybe.
It might be.
Maybe he didn't have he had a low self-esteem until he got famous. And then he's like,
Maybe.
maybe I am pretty.
Yeah, he just grew up.
Yeah, he just grew up and turned it grew into his body or
Yeah,
whatever.
he just grew up. That's all. I mean,
Anyway, let's move on.
we all had awkward stages.
Yeah, for sure.
Didn't mean we
For
were
sure.
ugly. Just awkward.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into our creator profile this week. Can anybody guess who it is?
Matthew
Who else would
McConaughey.
it be? It's got to be Matt.
It's Matthew McConaughey. I could do Renee Zellweger, but I'm like,
That doesn't count.
I don't like her, so. And I don't know.
It'd be like this big, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't know when we would ever do Matthew McConaughey again. I don't know that we have any other of his movies in the box.
I know one that we should have, but we'll talk about that later.
Dazed and Confused?
No.
Oh.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Killer Joe.
Oh, Frailty?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frailty.
Yeah, that's a good fucking movie, though.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been a while for me, too. Anyway, who
Joe
wants
would
to
be
do Matthew
I'll do it.
McConaughey?
I've
It's
never
kind of
seen
long,
it.
so try to read it fast.
I'll do my best.
I just know he does some unthinkable things with fried chicken.
Yeah, he does.
What?
Killer Joe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it once.
I think she's watched it.
I saw it once, and it wasn't like it was.
It's not like everybody watches just because it's NC-17. It's got Matthew McConaughey doing weird shit.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. He was a weirdo in the movie.
Alright. Why won't it scroll?
I don't know. I'm not touching it.
Well, fix it. What'd you do, Richard?
Fuck. What is this? Did this thing update or something? That's weird. Let's try
You
this
broke
again.
it.
What the fuck? I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
I don't know. You can scroll now, but it's not. Whatever. I think the app updated or something.
Okay. Who is Matthew McConaughey? Matthew McConaughey graduated from the University of Texas at Austin and got his first big break in the 1993 film Dazed and Confused. He later starred in A Time to Kill. We're not going to talk about this one. And Amistad, among many others. Named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive in 2005, McConaughey also starred in Mud and Dallas Buyers Club, which earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor.
Mud. That was a good movie.
I
forgot
seen it.
all about that fucking movie. That's a good movie, actually.
McConaughey came on strong in 2014 with his starring role in the TV series True Detective, a project that propelled him even further on his star trajectory.
That's that. I don't care what it says.
Yeah, that's probably one of his
Season
best
one's
roles.
fucking.
It's
gold.
the best.
Yeah.
It's
It
gold.
is.
Have you seen the newest one?
I didn't watch. I started it. I think we
Jodie
got like through like 3 episodes, and I was like, it couldn't keep my attention. Although it gave me the Thing vibes.
I think that's what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, I thought about going back and finishing it, but I just haven't yet.
Yeah, we've seen the first 3. We haven't seen that one yet.
I've seen the first 3. I just haven't finished the
Yeah,
newest
the
one.
first one has probably got to be like one of my favorite seasons.
Oh
of
yeah,
anything
dude,
ever.
it's the best. Yeah, it's awesome.
Matthew David McConaughey was born on November 4th, 1969 in Uvalde, Texas. He was an athlete at a young age, playing golf and tennis at Longview High School and was voted most handsome student. Dazed and Confused in A Time to Kill. While he
What the fuck? Who does that? Most handsome
Right?
student?
like that's kind
a weird high school.
While he had they just made it
I-
up for him.
I think
like look
I
at that
was
guy.
God damn, that guy is like a god. We need to make up an award for him.
I think at certain high schools, because the seniors will go through the yearbook and like name people, like most nerdiest student or whatever, or like
That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
that's-
like they'll give.
Look at that guy.
Who's the ugliest? Renee Zellweger.
No, they make that guy most nerdy. Like they find a nice way to say
Yeah,
like
he's not the ugliest. Most likely to succeed.
Oh, yeah.
it's fucked up. And that guy's got like a grade point average of like 1.9. Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
While he had previously appeared in commercials and in small film roles, McConaughey got his first big break in 93's Dazed and Confused. His endlessly quotable David Wooderson character would help define the actor going forward, and the role represents a touchstone comedic performance in his Aurora?
He even says it in this movie.
Wow.
He even says it in Texas Chainsaw. He's like, all right, all right, all right. It's like, God, all right, come on.
He had that way before,
Oh,
apparently.
yeah.
Known for-
No, because he did Texas Chainsaw after Dazed and Confused.
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
following year,
Oh, okay.
94.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Known for his good looks and easygoing personality, McConaughey soon achieved leading man status with A Time to Kill, which also starred Sandra Bullock and Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. The press often speculated about the nature of McConaughey's relationship with Bullock, but sources close to the pair insisted they were only friends. Making the cover of Vanity Fair in 96...
That'd be a good couple, though.
They would have been, yeah. McConaughey was seen as a rising star in Hollywood, and he had several dramatic projects that helped further establish his talents as an actor. In 97, he appeared in Contact with Jodie Foster, a science fiction film directed by Robert Zemeckis. I can't speak. That same year, he starred in Steven Spielberg's Amistad, playing a lawyer involved in the trial of African slaves who staged a revolt on board the slave ship Amistad.
Free State of Jones. Jones is something like that. Is it the Free State of Joneses or whatever it is? That's the movie where he frees slaves, isn't it?
Amistad?
Oh no, he was in another movie though. I'm thinking of a different movie.
I was confused.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
Free State of Jones or whatever it is.
Maybe it'll be later.
Yeah, probably.
Returning to his comedic roots, McConaughey starred in 1999's Ed TV as a lowly clerk who becomes the star of his reality TV show. The film was both a critical and commercial disappointment. Later that year, McConaughey began developing some notoriety for his offbeat, off-screen behavior. The police visited his Austin, Texas home after receiving a noise complaint in 1998. There they discovered a naked McConaughey playing the bongos. I have not heard of this.
He was just recently in the tabloids because him and his wife were out mowing their lawn without pants or like underwear on.
That's a
they were
bottomless. Yeah, I seen something
mowing their
about
lawn
that earlier today.
Yeah, and they had a whole they had a whole fucking
news.
Like thing
he
about it.
Like
I'm
a really
like
free spirit. So
he's very free. Him and his wife are very free spirited. But I'm like
who gives a shit? I don't care.
Yeah, they're like got a picture of them with lawnmowers, and neither of them have pants on.
Like, who cares?
I'm like, huh, that's weird, but okay.
So there,
like I said, man, celebrities are fucking weird.
They want to mow in their birthday suits.
I guess, man. I'm surprised they even mow their own. They ain't mowing their own fucking lawn. You know that.
Why not?
Because I'm surprised his wife even knows what a lawnmower is.
You don't know their lives.
Right.
There, they discovered a naked McConaughey playing the bongos and found a small amount of marijuana. McConaughey was booked on drug charges and for resisting arrest. The drug charges were later
He's
dropped.
like, hey, man, all right. It's my weed.
I'm sorry, nobody's that high.
Right, where they're
naked
just
playing the bongos.
No,
and
he's
then
just naturally
resisting
that
arrest.
way, man. That's just him.
The drug charges were later dropped, but the actor paid a fine for violating a local noise ordinance.
Oh my god.
Bouncing back, McConaughey emerged as a king of romantic comedies. He starred in The Wedding Planner with Jennifer Lopez and then in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Kate Hudson. He then tried his hand at action with Sahara and became romantically involved with Penelope Cruz. Working with Al Pacino.
Lucky dude, man.
I never liked her. I thought her.
No, I'm not talking about just her. I'm talking about like, Penelope. Well, there's Penelope Cruz, and then the girl from Kate Hudson's all right, but I'm talking about the other one. What was the other one?
Sandra Bullock.
The other Sandra Bullock, and then the other one. No, you just said
Penelope Cruz.
No, the one before her and before Kate Hudson.
Jodie Foster.
No, fuck no.
That's Jennifer Lopez. Right?
Jennifer Lopez, yeah, J-Lo.
Sure. Working with Al Pacino, McConaughey played a con man.
Like getting a divorce.
Are they really?
Yeah, they are.
Go fucking figure.
Yeah.
Apparently,
she's very hard to get along with.
Why?
Like every dude she's ever been with either divorces her or leaves her. Like,
yeah, but this is the second time Ben Affleck's been with her, and he left her standing at the altar last time. Like, Jesus Christ! But I bet he's kind of
I've just heard that about her. It's like not just her romantic partners, like people who've worked with her, people like she's just very difficult to
work with and be around. I believe that she's probably a diva.
Yeah,
I think she's hot.
Yeah, that's
shit.
what I hear.
I wonder, you think she's got insurance on her ass?
I would have.
I know. I know that like people insure certain parts of their body that people
didn't Fergie do that?
I don't know.
Did she have a lot or like a?
I know Tina Turner had insurance on her legs, and
Who?
like Tina Turner, she had insurance on her legs.
That's weird.
She had
Fergie,
great
dude.
legs.
Fergie didn't even have a butt, dude.
I thought it was her. I could be wrong.
She didn't have a butt. She had nice tits, but
Tina Turner had nice legs.
Yeah, she did have nice legs.
Working with Al Pacino, McConaughey played a con man in the dramatic thriller Two for the Money. While neither Sahara nor Two for the Money scored at the box
I
office.
thought it was her.
It wasn't her?
Apparently not.
It probably was J-Lo.
Probably was.
Maybe.
McConaughey remained popular. He cemented his status as a heartthrob later that year when he was named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. In 2006, McConaughey returned to familiar territory with the romantic comedy Failure to Launch, co-starring Sarah Jessica Parker.
That movie was pretty good.
It was. I thought that was pretty funny, yeah. But it's like one of the few I've ever seen, so I don't really have
I'll give it to Matthew McConaughey. I would say he's probably I would consider him the king of romantic comedies. Because he's done a lot. Usually they're pretty funny.
Which is unfortunate, because he's got a lot more range than that, in my opinion.
He does, for sure. I agree. Like, he did Fool's... I think it was Fool's Gold.
Yeah, He also reteamed with Kate Hudson for 2008's Fool's Gold.
Yeah, and that movie was pretty funny, too.
Shortly before the film was released, McConaughey announced on his website that he was going to become a father. He and then-girlfriend Camila Alves welcomed a baby boy, Levi Alves McConaughey, on July 7th, 2008. That same year, McConaughey appeared in the 2008 comedy Tropic Thunder, taking over the part of Owen Wilson alongside Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. He went on to star in 2009's The Ghost of Girlfriend's Past with Jennifer Garner and Michael Douglas. After taking a break in 2010, McConaughey starred in The Lincoln Lawyer as Mick Haller and Killer Joe as Killer Joe Cooper, both released in 2011, followed by the drama Mud. Also in 2012, McConaughey gained some commercial acclaim for his performance in the comedic film Magic Mike. He played Dallas, a male stripper.
I could definitely see, you could see where he, took that, turn of, that transition from romantic comedy guy to, all right, I want to do more serious roles. And you could tell that with, Killer Joe, Mud, and The Lincoln Lawyer, all that stuff. Because before that, that's all he did.
He had a Time to Kill. That's the thing that kills me. He started out sort of in that path. And
right. Because he did first Days of Confused, but then he did A Time to Kill and Texas Chainsaw, which I don't think he really liked. And then he did Frailty and all that stuff. And then he kind of fell into this whole romantic comedy guy, I guess.
Which to me is like paint by numbers, in my opinion. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
It always is, of course.
I'm not trying to downplay anybody who does that kind of stuff, but it to me, it's like the acting equivalent of paint by numbers.
It is. Well, duh, because it's every one of them is the same. It's boy meets girl. He tries to woo her for 2/3 of the movie. They have a falling out, and then they make up at the end and end up together. That's every fucking romantic comedy. Mm-hmm. So,
yep. A male stripper who mentors a younger performer known as Magic Mike. He also appeared in a smaller role in The Wolf of Wall Street. McConaughey went on to earn a buzzworthy role as Ron Woodruff, the real-life 1980s activist who, after being diagnosed with AIDS and given only 30 days to live, began advocating for and...
Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh. And advocating for and taking a regime of drugs that mitigated the disease's effects. In the biopic Dallas Buyers Club, the film came to fruition after years in limbo, with McConaughey losing 47 pounds for the role. For his performance as Woodruff, the actor took home Best Actor honors at both the 2014 Academy Awards and Golden Globes. Hot on the heels of that Oscar-winning performance came True Detective, an HBO series that McConaughey both starred in and executive produced. The complex role of Rust Cole was dark and philosophical, and it gave the actor a whole new arena in which to stretch his legs.
He did great.
For his efforts, McConaughey was nominated for an Emmy and was also named to Time Magazine's list of 100 most influential people in the world. Later that year, McConaughey starred in Christopher Nolan's sci-fi epic Interstellar, playing a restless astronaut who leaves Earth to seek a new home for its inhabitants and his family. The film was critically acclaimed and was a huge hit at the box office. In 2015, McConaughey starred opposite Naomi Watts in the Gus Van Sant drama The Sea of Trees. The following year, he took on the role of the real-life Confederate Army deserter Newton Knight in The Free State of Jones, and voiced the character Beetle in the animated film Kubo and the Two Strings.
It's a good movie.
After co-starring with Idris Elba in the 2017 adaptation of Stephen King's The Dark Tower.
Garbage.
I haven't seen it.
It was garbage.
McConaughey made his...
You know they're making a series, right?
I thought Mike Flanagan wanted to. He has it all laid out.
He's going to.
I didn't think anything was fully announced.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's been announced that he's going to do it. Because I just saw something on it. I didn't read the article, but I just saw it yesterday or something about it.
It would be better as a series.
Probably, yeah. Like the movie was like very CG heavy, and it was very, I don't know.
It makes
Matthew
me sad
McConaughey-
because he was perfect for the role, and so was Idris Elba.
Yeah, like
They
it
were
just
perfect for those roles.
it just didn't work. I don't know. The movie didn't work well. I guess it did seem rushed. It was like a rushed movie, not rushed, but like the story itself was rushed.
Well, I wasn't interested just because I read the entire series. I read the entire series, and I'm thinking, like, you're going to make a movie, and you're trying to put all 7 of those books in one movie. Good luck.
Right.
Like, and I'm not one of those people that's like, you've got to do it right? Like, you've got to fit the whole book or whatever. You know, like,
at least
it's got to be great.
Yeah.
But you're going to fit 7 books in one movie. Even I'm going,
right.
You're not going to do it.
Just do what Harry Potter did.
Yeah, like, you make it 3 movies or, like,
7
make it
movies.
a series. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't even have to do 7 movies. I'm just saying, like, you're going to need more than one movie or you're going to make a series. Like, that's how you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. McConaughey made his mark the following year as the father of a 14-year-old FBI informant in the biographical drama White Boy Rick. He then opened in 2019 alongside Anne Hathaway in the thriller Serenity, before returning to a patented stoner-type role for The Beach Bum and portraying cannabis kingpin Mickey Pearson in Guy Ritchie's action comedy The Gentleman. In 2015, McConaughey began serving as a visiting film instructor at UT Austin's Moody College of Communication. In the summer of 2019, it was announced that the actor had been appointed a faculty member to teach a script-to-screen film production class for the fall semester. Could you imagine enrolling in college and then, like, sitting down and being like, holy shit. You guys see where a teacher is? You guys!
It's fucking Matthew McConaughey.
It's the alright guy.
all right.
Say it! Can you say it?
Take out your books and tablets.
Could you imagine him like, alright, it's the weekend. He said it! Among his commercial endorsements, McConaughey has been the spokesman.
That's how he graded papers.
It's Wednesday.
Everybody gets an A. It's all right.
It's like the end of the day, though, and it's Wednesday, but he said it.
Yeah. Among his commercial endorsements, McConaughey has been the spokesman for brands like Dolce & Gabbana and Wild Turkey, as well as the Lincoln Motor Company, which has been parodied by Ellen DeGeneres, Conan O'Brien, and Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, fucking Jim Carrey did. It was great.
McConaughey married Camila Alves in 2012. They have 3 children together, sons Levi and Livingston, and daughter Evita. That's it.
All right, favorite Matthew McConaughey movie or whatever?
I already said it.
Frailty?
All day long.
True Detective.
True Detective.
That's not a movie.
So we can't
He said
say
movie or
Deadpool
TV
and
shows.
Wolverine?
No, you can't say Deadpool and Wolverine. He's just
Then Kubo and the Two Strings.
Kubo and the Two Strings. I think I'm going to go, man. I'm going to go True Detective also. He's pretty great in that. I was going to say Tropic Thunder, but there's no acting range there. He's just kind of there for a little bit. He's fine, but his acting range and everything in True Detective's fucking, he did great. I love that. That first season was amazing. So, let's move on here and get into what everybody's been watching.
What the hell have you been watching?
Let's start with Madison. What'd you watch this week, Madison?
Not much, I don't think. I think I've mainly been playing Minecraft.
Again, this is what she said last week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been
I'm
playing
getting deja
Minecraft.
vu.
She's been playing Minecraft with all our little buddies.
Yeah.
All of her friend.
Just 2 of them. Yeah.
One of which has the hots for her, and if I see him and if I hear about him,
He
I'm gonna...
used to have the hots for me.
He still does.
Probably.
It
I
doesn't
can't
go away.
blame him, though.
Yeah.
They'll say it. They'll say
Shut
it does,
the
but they
fuck
don't.
up.
I'm kidding.
Trying to raise good
Oh,
kids
having
here, and she's over here like tooting her own horn. No, I don't blame him though.
Well, then
Good
quit
reason.
saying that every guy has the hots for me, and I won't believe it.
He does though. You told me he did.
Whenever we first met over a year ago.
Like Karen just said, does it go away?
They'll say it does, but it doesn't. They'll be like, yeah, no, it's cool. We're just friends.
Didn't you and Karen date at one point in time?
A long fucking time ago.
For about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys just said it never goes away.
That's don't make
No.
it weird.
I'm
Don't
talking
make it
about
weird.
no.
So
I'm
it
talking
does
about
go
Jeremiah's
away.
like, I'm her
But
husband.
I'm sorry, but
no.
it
I'm
does
talking
go
about
away,
a
right?
guy.
I already knew
Listen,
about
I'm
it,
talking
so-
about
Yeah,
a guy
right.
who's your friend. who's your friend,
Right.
who pretends to be your friend, who says, no, I don't like you anymore. No, we're just friends. And all the time is saying, no, we're just friends. I'm just friends with you. No, we're just friends. No, we're just friends. And then one day he tries to make a move.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works.
Well, that's when you move away.
No, I'm trying to tell you that when they try to keep telling you that, no, we're just friends. No,
We're just
friends.
saying, Nick, we know who you are.
I got your number, man.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They're not just your friend.
Jeremiah's like,
they're just
dude,
trying to pretend like they're your
whatever.
friend. Until they get you alone, and then they try to kiss you.
Do you know about this from experience?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like she's had a few instances where this happened.
Yeah. Every dude that tried to say they were just friends with me would be like, "Oh yeah, we're just friends."
Jeremiah, did you tell her?
I mean, either just be open.
No, Jeremiah just moved. There was no friendship. He just moved in for it. So boom, we're dating. There was no friendship before that.
Dude, I had to make all the moves. This dude didn't make any moves at all.
I touched her hand and she jerked it away.
Yeah, okay.
I touched her hand. She jerked it away. Wait, jerked what away? Like, damn, you move quick, Karen.
You have no idea.
She's like, oh, you touched? Yeah. Give me that thing. Fuck.
Spit on that thing.
She was like, I was the original Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah, I just didn't, go around telling people about it. I didn't know it was going to get me, famous.
In that case.
All right, is that all? What else did you watch?
I never said anything.
Oh.
Yeah, Minecraft.
About,
and then
Minecraft, yeah.
Nick or Brian. Or
I
whatever
started
his
watching
name
that
is.
70s or that 90s show today. I maybe watched 2 episodes during study hall because there was nothing to do.
Didn't you watch a couple of Disney movies over the weekend with Audrey?
Which ones was it?
You watched The Princess and the Frog?
Yeah. Well, we watched part of it. She stopped halfway through to do
And then you
something.
watched the Cinderella movie, which I don't think you guys finished that either.
I did.
The live action.
I did.
And then you guys watched another one that I actually watched. Oh, Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Because I pretty much watched that one with him too.
Love Lilo
Yeah.
and
Love
Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Stitch is so real.
Yeah, I love
So real.
They showed what Stitch is going to look like in the new movie. The
Oh,
live
really?
action. He looks the same. Just CG.
He looks good though, right?
Yeah, he looks pretty awesome.
Okay.
My favorite part in that movie, I don't know why, but it's when they're first fighting.
Yeah.
Her and
The girl.
the girl in the very first part when they're fighting or whatever in the house, and the girl's like, like
Yeah.
lays her tongue on it.
She's like, oh god.
Yeah, she lets go of her immediately. She's like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite parts were the little redhead girl standing back there after Lilo punched her and bit her. She's like, does this look infected to you? And the other girl goes, yeah, you probably have rabies now. I would get that checked.
Everything about Lilo is amazing, but yeah, I love that.
She's like, I'm sorry I bit you and kicked you and punched you and pulled your hair. Do you want to play dolls?
I've only seen it once, and that was, a few months ago?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie. I really like the part that Madison likes, the part where she's like, all my friends need to be punished or whatever.
Yeah.
She's shoving them all in a pickle jar.
Her popsicle voodoo dolls, her popsicle stick voodoo dolls.
My friends need to be punished.
She turns around, she goes, my friends need to be punished.
that guy's standing there.
I love that
Yeah.
Bing Rames plays that dude too. Because he's
like,
got such a like a demanding voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and seeing him, actually, that guy's perfect for Bing Rames'
for sure.
voice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
You often wonder, did they animate the person first,
Mr.
or did they get the
Bubbles.
voice first? Like, which
Yeah.
one came first? Because sometimes,
Didn't he have
they just...
Didn't he have the? I don't remember in the movie. Did he have the Band-Aid on the back of his head?
No.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. Maybe not. It would have been fucking
But
funny.
he did get hit on the back of the head later, and then I think they did have a bandage. So
See,
I don't
that
know.
might have been a callback to Pulp Fiction.
It might have been.
Because
I don't know, but I'm just saying, I just wonder sometimes because in some of those animations,
they throw in stuff for the adults sometimes.
Like I know in Archer they did the animation based on the voice actors, except for Archer.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting to me.
I love that dude's
I love
voice
that
though.
movie.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys
That movie's
watch
phenomenal.
You guys watched Boy Kills World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The same guy did.
Oh yeah.
All right, is that all you watched?
Probably.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into me before I forget everything. We've been watching some drag. What
Yeah, they
did they?
And we went with since the character of Cobra Bubbles was modeled after the character of Marcellus Wallace.
Okay. Yeah.
So there you go.
So what all did I watch?
Weird
this week?
character to model after.
Right. But it's a great
but I'm just saying that hey, I love this movie. Let's model our character for the kids movie after this guy.
Yeah, just this random. Yeah.
Huh? He owns a coke empire.
Yeah. Yeah. He gets like raped.
Yeah, we're gonna
in the butt.
And he's
in the movie.
He's a CPS officer in our thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been watching that 90s show, Dragon Ball. We finished that documentary about that girl. What was her name? That 3-part miniseries.
Was it Lacey? No, it wasn't Lacey.
Yeah, it was
Lacey Peterson.
Lacey Peterson. Yeah. We finished that. It ended how you thought it was going to end, because it was in the news.
I was gonna say, I mean,
yeah.
you knew the ending already,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Okay.
We finished
I hope
that.
she lives.
Yeah, I hope she lives.
Darn.
Damn. I really thought they were going to
I
change
shouldn't make fun of that. That's terrible.
It's fucking
Sorry.
terrible.
Sorry.
Also watched...
It's okay, that's how I look at cancer kids, so...
That's terrible.
That is terrible.
They're
You're
children.
a bad person.
It's realism.
No.
You need Jesus in your life.
It's terrible.
Coming from you, that's rich.
Rich.
I watched
This guy,
the fuck did we watch this week? Oh, we watched the Despicable Me 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we watched that with the kids.
That's got to be getting old at this point.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first two.
Oh, I
I've
watched
seen all
Hotel
of them.
Transylvania.
Yeah. I don't really care about the Despicable Me movies anymore. I'm just like, okay, so another villain, another problem.
I mean, it's got to be like the most recycled story.
Them
The
movies-
second one will always be the best one. I
The
don't
movies
care.
are just they're overdone. It's just stop doing them. Stop doing them. Like they just come out with a Sonic the Hedgehog trailer for the third one today, and I'm like, I hope this is just be the last one. Let's not make this into something that has to fade out.
Well, this will be the last main character that they can really throw out, right?
There's a lot of fucking characters in Sonic.
I mean, that everybody knows. Even I know who Shadow is, and I'm not a big Sonic fan.
I don't know. Whenever I was a kid, there were 2 fucking characters, and then Knuckles came along eventually. That was it. Then they come out with all these other characters and stuff. I don't care.
You're not wrong.
I never liked Sonic. I was really bad at it when I was a kid.
I love Sonic, especially the first 2.
I was good at Sonic.
I was good at Mario. Does that count?
Yeah, sure. And then we watched Jackpot, that movie on Amazon with John Cena and Awkwafina. It's a comedy.
Oh yeah. That's the one with the lottery, right?
Yeah. That movie's a lot funnier than they lead it on to be.
Dude, it looked funny as
it's
fuck.
Fucking hilarious. I was actually really, really good movie.
It looked funny as fuck.
Didn't you watch that? You didn't watch that with us, did you? I think Ada and the boys did. But yeah, it was it's a stupid premise, but it was fucking funny. It was well executed.
Dude, it looks funny as fuck.
It was pretty fucking funny. Her and John Cena in there, they were killing it. Awkwafina's funny though.
Oh yeah, she is.
Did you ever see Vacation Friends?
Yeah, I didn't see the second. I don't
both
think I
of
saw
them
the
are
second
pretty
one.
funny.
Yeah, both of them are pretty funny.
The first one was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the second one is pretty funny too. It's not as funny. You have that predictability factor in the first one, right? You have that in the second one too, but it's still surprisingly funny.
The thing about John Cena is he's becoming this typecast character where he plays this big, dumb, funny dude. And it's that's fine every once in a while, but every once in a while, dude, throw in a serious role.
I don't want to know
something.
what your character is going to be before I watch the
Exactly.
movie.
Every movie's the same. You're the same in every fucking movie. You don't have to be
Different
this...
blockers.
Yeah, he was. He was different blockers.
A little bit. I mean, he was still
He's just an overprotective dad, but it wasn't nowhere
He wasn't
near.
stupid. He wasn't
Right.
yeah.
But he was. I mean, he's what you would expect. Well, he's pretty much what you would have expected him to be in Jackpot. He's but more against hurting people. He didn't want to kill anybody.
Oh yeah.
and things
You
like
see
that.
a little bit of that in the
Yeah,
trailer.
but it's a funny fucking movie. Him and Awkwafina both, they got great chemistry on TV, on the screen.
Mhm.
And I thought they were great. They were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was interested in seeing that
So
one.
it was pretty good. It was really good.
Watch Peacemaker.
You've never seen it?
No, I said she should.
Oh yeah, dude. Peacemaker's awesome. You know they're not doing a season 2.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Are you sure? Because I think they canceled it.
Fight.
I thought for sure they canceled it.
No, he was going to start it after he did his DCU. James Gunn, once he got the DCU started it.
Oh, I was told that they canceled it. They weren't doing another season.
Not that I was aware
This was
of.
recently that I had heard that. So I don't know. Maybe it might be different. You can look it up. I don't know. But that's just what I had heard, that he was canceling that. Because I think James Gunn had canceled
Google
a few
knows
things.
all.
Google knows all. Other than that, I think that's all I watched.
I think one of the funniest things I ever heard about like Google and looking shit up was I was at a party sometime, and these two people were arguing or whatever. And this guy was like, "You can't just say shit like that. We can look stuff up now."
Yeah, you can't bullshit people anymore. Like,
no,
it's
he's
harder
like,
to
you can't just say stuff like that.
And I'm that asshole too. Like, oh really?
Mm-hmm.
does,
You
and I will.
You would, huh?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude. Don't fucking try to bullshit me to make yourself sound smart. I'm gonna try to call you out. Now, sometimes it gets on my nerves to the point where I'm like, I don't even fucking care.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Like-
Or
Yeah,
like when you
yeah.
do show them and you're like, no, and they're like, yeah, that's not real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the fucking internet's stupid. Like, okay.
Huh? Huh?
You find anything, Jeremiah?
It's his next project after Superman.
Is it? So it's still greenlit?
Yeah, it'll be.
I thought I had heard that it was canceled. I don't want them to cancel it. I think fucking Peacemaker is one of the best things the DC's doing.
It's definitely outside the realm of what their normal stuff is. You know, like with his like anti-hero or whatever you
exactly.
consider it. Yeah.
Production is. Let's see here. It was being delayed, but that was in 2023. Something to do with the labor bullshit.
Yeah.
And the second season would be made before Superman, but then they're going to start shooting them together. That way, James Gunn can focus on Superman and Peacemaker. And he's only going to he was supposed to do all 8 episodes, but he's only doing 3 now. Mm-hmm. So he can do that. But the first season isn't canon to his universe, but the second season will be.
What?
Okay.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. I'll watch it. I don't care.
Oh, I'm still gonna definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't seen it? Oh, dude, you'd love it for real. You would. It's
For
fucking
real.
hilarious.
So much shit I want to watch though. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
just so much.
Oh, I get it. But like, there's certain shows that I'm like, you need to set time aside for that.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker's one of them. Like, it's just a
I'll watch it,
fantastic
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
show. It's hilarious, dude, and random as shit, and it's fucked up.
The final boss.
Yeah. It's really good though. Anyway, Karen, what'd you watch this week?
Clueless, Family Guy, Spookies, and Long Legs.
You watched Long Legs? Is it good?
The hype ruined it.
Did it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm yet to watch it.
There were so many
It would have been a
people
good
leaving it.
movie had it not been for the hype. Like the hype, you know, you're sitting there, you're like, oh, and then like it was over. It was like,
That's kind of why I'm hesitant to watch it, because I'm like, eh. Because originally we were going to watch that, and instead we watched Jackpot.
to me, it's a true crime movie with a supernatural twist.
Okay.
All the stuff I've seen about it, I've laughed at. So
Mostly, yeah. Well, now that it's out on digital, people are releasing shit with like scenes with fucking Nicolas Cage and everything. Like, man, you're ruining this fucking movie for me. I haven't seen it yet.
The less you see, the better.
I know. That's what I don't want. So,
Yeah.
because I saw one with him in his car screaming and yelling or whatever, something like that. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, I didn't want to see that. Like, just scrolling through TikTok. Why you people got to do that?
Yeah, the less you see, the better. It's just like this true crime. Like the true crime part of it was pretty cool, and then you get to like the reveal at the end, and you're like, okay,
Like, all right,
But
a
I
little
knew that.
underwhelming.
yeah, pretty much.
Is that it?
Yep.
What about you?
Same thing.
Same thing.
If,
All right.
if you ever get a chance to watch Spookies, sit down and designate an hour and a half or something to it.
Spookies.
Spookies. See,
That's
Hey.
so bad. Even Joe Bob said it was bad.
it's 2 movies in one. So you see
Oh,
this
yeah.
group of like 6 people, and anytime you see them together, that's one movie.
Then they fired the first director.
They fired the first one, cut out everything but every scene that had those 6 people in it, and then they just brought in a whole bunch of new people to tell this other story. And when they didn't have anything to say, they just introduced some like weird creature. So there's like 48 different creatures in there because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
I will say it's a
funny.
very cool creature feature because like you get a lot of creatures and the creature effects the are very good. Like the effects are very good. Like they're all the kind of effects that you want to see.
Practical.
They're all practical. They're all good. They're all well executed. The story, it just is not good because it's not like he said. There's 2 different stories going on, and they're trying to push them together. It's not working.
And then like the people they cast as these like younger 20s, the one dude looks like he's fucking 50. Like he looks like he could be somebody's grandpa.
Put that cookie down.
But he's supposed to be like 20 or 20 something.
Yeah.
Like the one girl says she's like 22 or something. And you're like,
24.
Or
Said she was
24. It's like,
24.
bitch, you ain't 24. You look like you're 40. So it's like they had all these like older people playing like these younger people. It was just like really fucking weird.
Spookies, huh?
Spooky.
Put that cookie
I
down.
We're gonna take the cookie away.
Are you good? You didn't even touch it, did you? Oh, you did. You're like. He's like, this thing is delicate. Like,
it's very delicate.
All right, let's move on here. Let's get into our movie this week.
Let's talk about the movie.
Oh boy, fuck me. This movie, I mean,
What do you mean?
it's just,
What?
Well, it was a pile of dog shit. It was a fucking pile of dog shit. Ah, man.
Which makes you wonder
Okay,
why
but
we couldn't have just skipped it.
I think
Can
I
we
might
just get to the review?
I think I might be crazy though because like listen, out of all of them, this one I was the most entertained.
It
by.
was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I was the most entertained watching this one.
Yeah. Every time something would happen, Madison and me would just look at each other like, and I just shake my head.
It wasn't even like a good movie or anything. It was just like I was entertained.
See, this is like one of the franchises where you'd be like, rate. We'll do 1 through 4 since this ended the original franchise. Rate them.
Oh, from first to like
first being or number 1, obviously the best. Number 4 being the worst. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it backwards. Same thing. Mine will never change.
So yours is 1, 2, 3,
1,
and
2,
4?
3, 4.
So you like 3 more than 4?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, there is absolutely nothing redeeming about this movie except for McConaughey's character. And
I thought he was over the top, and I did not like it. I didn't like it.
No.
Well, you're a backwoods redneck. What do you expect?
I don't know, man. Like he was way over the top.
And I'll give it to Zellweger too. I ain't seen a whole bunch of shit with her in it, but
I'm gonna say that I don't like
too.
I don't like Renee Zellweger, but in this movie, this might be the best acting performance I've ever seen.
Well,
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, because
I've never seen a whole
not
lot.
a good actor.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't have a lot of basis for comparison though. So
Me, Myself, and Irene.
I barely remember that movie. I didn't think it was very funny.
Fucking Jerry Maguire.
Never seen it.
Bridget Jones bullshit.
Never seen it.
I seen Jerry Maguire way back in the day, but I don't remember it. I just remember Show Me the Money.
All I know about that movie is Show Me the Money and You Had Me at Hello. But I only know that because they used to play the fucking song on the radio all the time.
Oh. Anyway, you're reading it? Let's get this shit. Or wait, sorry, you got the plot synopsis. Let's do that first.
When a helpful family invites 2 lost couples in for good old down-home massacre, the prom night teens find themselves all dressed up with no place to escape. 1 hour and 27 minutes, rated R. Renee Zellweger is Jenny. Matthew McConaughey is Vilmer. Robert Jacks plays Leatherface.
He was the worst.
That's really all we need to go.
Yep. The fucking
That was
worst.
pretty much the last
kinda
thing he
looked
did
like
up
a
until 2002 when he died.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure that was the last thing. It might have
He
been-
did more screaming than the fucking women did in this movie.
Oh, I fucking
He was
hate this
annoying,
version
dude.
of Leatherface.
Yeah, he was fucking terrible. I couldn't stand him in this one.
Like I said, like he had 5 movie roles, the 4th one being this, and then he had another one in 2002. But they're like, oh, he's most known for this. And it's like, I never knew who the guy fucking was. Like, I ain't seen one other fucking thing with him in it.
Well, let's recommend this shit. Would you?
If you want to watch it, go ahead. I'll watch it again at some point because I mean that's what I do.
That's what I do. I watch
But
shitty movies.
I'm not going to say go out of your way to like you can miss it for another year. But if you come across it, I mean, check it out.
If
You're going to
want.
be disappointed.
If you want to put yourself through that hell for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
What about you, Karen?
I'll watch it one more time when I make Eric watch it. I probably watch it again, but it's not good.
So this is my second time watching it. I won't watch it again, and I won't recommend that people watch it.
I didn't say I recommend
because I don't want them to lose brain cells. So
Real.
yeah, Madison, what about you?
No.
Remember, you don't lose brain cells from watching stuff like this.
If you're a
Remember, there was that whole thing.
completionist and you want to
what?
finish,
There was that whole thing that they did, that whole study, that you're actually smarter when you watch shit like this.
Because it makes you like okay.
Yeah, like recharges.
It recharges your brain. Like
Yeah, you
man,
don't have to think watching.
I feel
shit like
smarter coming out of this.
Yeah. Huh?
Fish.
No.
That's what I've been saying.
Fish. You want some goddamn fish. What about you, Madison?
no, I would not recommend this unless you're a completionist and you want to finish the original half of the franchise, I guess. But I'm never gonna watch it again, ever.
Sounds like a very light recommend.
I'm never
Actually, it
gonna
doesn't sound
watch
like a
it again.
recommend.
Nobody recommended it.
Nobody
Let's be very
recommended
clear.
it. Yeah. If you're gonna watch any of them, watch the first couple.
Watch
I
at your
guess.
own risk.
Yeah, but like
I
if you're
wouldn't
like she
watch
said,
the
if you're a
first
completionist, you need to watch it. But aside from that, I wouldn't recommend you watch it. It's a waste of an hour and a half.
Do we need at least one recommend?
No,
I'll
we don't
be
need
that
any.
guy.
We don't
No,
need
you
any.
Yeah, I'll be that guy.
I'll be that guy. No, we don't need any recommends. Just go ahead and watch it.
Don't do it.
All right, Madison. Go ahead and read that movie for us.
All right. On May 22nd, 1994, 1997, changed the date to 1996. 4 Texan teenagers. Texan? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Just Texans?
Texans.
Stupid intro.
4
Just like
Texan.
we're called Ohioans.
That intro fucked
Oh.
everything up too.
What intro?
The crawl or whatever that they did at the very beginning.
You
Said
know,
no
the
one was
voiceover?
arrested.
I know why.
Oh, yeah.
It said no one was arrested, but
everybody got away.
the last one had somebody was arrested,
It's like their
Yeah.
uncle or something.
and like somebody was held liable for all the crimes, but they were pretty sure that that wasn't the right person.
I don't know
And
why
then
they got to
this
do
one-
them crawls at the beginning of these fucking
They
movies
all
anyway.
they all like counteract
they
each other.
contradict-
Like,
contradict
yeah,
each
they
other,
all
yeah.
contradict each other, and then this one's like nobody was held accountable. Somebody was, according to the last one. So what the fuck? Which one is
they
it?
all contradict each other, and just leave the fucking crawls out of the
Maybe
beginning
they
of
do
these
it
movies.
on purpose.
And none of them even like go
Let's see
together
who's paying
cohesively.
attention.
Yeah, none of them go together cohesively.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre bingo. Oh,
Like Next Generation, yeah, let's do that. All right. Well,
Bingo!
What does it have to do with the
who's
old
got
ones?
accountability
Nothing.
for one?
Nothing. Has nothing to do with the old movies. Just
Be
its own movie.
accountability.
Every one of them's been like that. So
Free space, accountability. Got it.
4 Texan teenagers are shown at their senior prom. Henry, Heather, Barry, and Sean. Heather begins to look for her boyfriend, Barry, who is making out with another girl in the darkness. Heather discovers them and attempts to drive away in Barry's car alongside Jenny and Sean.
it was just a kiss. I don't
Who
see what
are
the
in the
big
back
deal
seat.
was.
Those two drive me fucking
Yeah.
nuts. 5 seconds in.
I was like, God damn it.
And then later when they're walking through the fucking forest, and she's like, we need to start a fire. Like, who starts walking away from a car, gets about 5 feet away, and goes, we need to start a fire.
the
Or go
acting
home.
the acting in this movie is fucking terrible.
Outside of the two, anyway.
Yeah, like, well, I'm talking like from like McConaughey was okay. I think he's just a little overboard. not because of of his character being overboard, but because he, I think, was giving it too much. He himself was giving the character too much. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
I don't. I think that he just went way overboard with it. It was kind of like they said in Tropic Thunder, never go full retard. You know what I mean? And he went full crazy, and it just didn't work. Didn't work.
I think it did.
It's sad whenever I'm sitting here saying that the best actor in this whole movie was fucking Renee Zellweger.
I disagree. I think it was McConaughey.
I disagree. I don't like McConaughey.
I think that he did crazy incredibly well, and I'd like to see it more often.
That's because he probably is crazy.
Like when he did Killer Joe, to me, he was the best performance in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was amazing in it, and he did just the right amount of crazy, and in this movie he did the same. He was exactly the right amount of crazy for that character, and he was the only right amount of crazy in that movie. Everybody else was over the top.
I'll agree to disagree.
No, that's fine. You can.
I didn't like his...
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, he was okay, but like it was just... I just thought he himself was over the top. He gave too much to it, in my opinion, is what I think.
That's fine.
So, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chill.
Barry eventually gains access to the car where Heather scolds him angrily. Heather does not pay attention to the road and ends up wrecking with another driver who passes out in the ensuing confusion. The four teens decide that Sean should look after the unconscious driver while Ginny, Heather, and Barry go look for help. While Sean looks after the driver, Heather, Barry, and Ginny discover a real estate office occupied by Darla, a trashy insurance agent, who calls up her tow trucker boyfriend, Vilmer, to help out at the scene.
Yeah,
of
she
the wreck.
they just do that, so I'll flash.
So
then don't do it?
Yeah.
So they'll go away and they won't come back?
She's stupid.
She is the worst character in the movie.
Yeah, she was fucking terrible. I was like, God damn it. Because she was so wishy-washy and wants to help.
That
and
was
then
the
she's
one
like,
thing I
I'm
couldn't
like,
stand.
where are you at exactly?
Yeah, and I
in
couldn't
this?
stand their whole relationship. It was like they like hit each other and stuff, and then she's, I'll go back to my husband and go. Like, who's keeping you here? Like, what the fuck?
And then all of a
And
sudden
then she's like, oh,
there's a
He
break
put something in my brain to where
Yeah.
if I leave, it explodes. Like, okay, I feel like you're just throwing ideas at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, but then the Illuminati shows up, so she could be telling the truth.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing there.
Yeah, we'll get
Meanwhile, Heather and Barry leave with Ginny, who loses them. Vilmer eventually arrives at the scene of the crash, where he snaps the unconscious driver's neck and chases Sean in his pickup, eventually running him over. Meanwhile, Heather and Barry come across the Slaughter clan's farmhouse, where Barry looks for a way inside to use the bathroom, while Heather waits on the
It
porch.
was so fucking stupid. She's waiting on the porch, right? Okay, her whole thing, whatever, she gets taken and hooked and all that. But like then this dipshit, this dude's got a gun pointed at him, gets inside the house, shuts the door, dumbass. He's got a fucking gun, dude.
And then he walks in the house and just uses the bathroom. Like, who?
Yeah,
gets a gun pointed at him
that
and
guy
just,
just
oh,
didn't
let me
have a
just
gun pointed at your fucking forehead.
nonchalantly go in here and piss.
Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. Like the tone of this movie is so up and down and back and forth. Like this dude's like got a gun in his face, gets inside the house, calls him a dumbass, and then just proceeds to use the bathroom. And then screams whenever he sees skin on the fucking door. It's like, duh, dude. Like, where
you
do
didn't smell that? Like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, I think that place would smell.
Oh,
That's
for
what I'm
sure. It
saying.
100% stunk. Yeah, it had to have.
Maybe
Just
you can't smell COVID.
but then, like, even whenever Leatherface gets a hold of the girl and puts her inside the fridge, she keeps kicking it open. He
No
keeps
shit.
screaming.
Wait till he walks away. Like, he's stupid enough. He's walking away.
She's screaming and kicking and shit. But then he puts this, like, really light thing on top of it, and you can see it just the way it's moving. It's super fucking light. And it's like, you telling me she can't kick that open still? Like, I don't...
Just wait, you dumb bitch. Wait till he walks away.
And then sneak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just, there's so many things in this movie that I'm like, why is this happening? And why is it happening like this? Like, 1 minute, like, Renee Zellweger's character is completely calm, and the next she's freaking out, and then the next she's, like, completely calm again. Like, we'll get there.
I've got all kinds of things to say about her
Barry
character.
is discovered by Walter, who is Vilmer's brother. Barry tells him he needs to use it, and Walter allows him to. While Heather waits on the porch, Leatherface makes his appearance, playing with her hair and then chasing her after Leatherface catches her. He stuffs her inside a meat locker and screams wildly. While Barry is using the bathroom, he discovers human remains in the bathroom, and Leatherface turns up and kills him by hitting him over the head with a sledgehammer, similar to Kirk's fate from the original film.
Not nearly as cool.
Not nearly as effective, though. Like in the original, whenever he comes out, smacks him upside the head.
Bong.
Yeah, and just like
Sling.
Yeah, it's just a thump.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
thump.
that was like the first time you'd ever seen Leatherface.
Yeah.
And it was super effective in that movie. For this, it was just kind of like that was fucking
No
weak.
emotion.
Yeah,
No.
like nothing. You know what I mean? He's barely twitching or anything. So that was stupid.
After killing Barry, Leatherface removes Heather from the meat locker, hanging her on a meat hook in midair. Ginny arrives back at the wreckage, only to find her boyfriend and the driver absent. She meets Vilmer, who shows her the bodies of Sean and the driver. Vilmer then chases her in his truck, only for her to escape into the woods. Vilmer isn't worried, though, as he knows that Leatherface will show up. As planned, Leatherface turns up, chasing Ginny through the woods and back to the Sawyer house, where Ginny locks the door, but Leatherface begins to break it down. Ginny discovers the remain of a Texas Ranger. She takes the gun and attempts to shoot at Leatherface, but discovers that it has no bullets. Leatherface chases Ginny back up the staircase, where she jumps out a window.
Dude, she's like a fucking gymnast on that goddamn roof. She's like all over the roof, and then she like climbs that wire and everything, and I'm like,
In reality.
yeah. I'm like, all right.
And then she's like a fucking spider monkey that she falls off of it, lands into like a glass greenhouse, and then jumps up like nothing happened. She would be shredded to bits.
And then somehow, miraculously, Leatherface is on the ground chasing her down again. It's like
he's a quick Leatherface.
Yeah, he's quick.
Leatherface is still persistent and gives chase, pursuing Ginny to the other side of the roof. Ginny tries to use a telephone cable to escape, but Leatherface cuts the cable, and Ginny crashes through the roof of the Sawyer's greenhouse, face first. After getting back up, Leatherface gives chase once more, and Ginny retreats into the forest.
So was this
Ginny
like
escapes to Darla's office and begs for help. It was the last sentence of the
So is this like a
paragraph.
reverse on what the other movies had done, where instead of her screaming the whole time, he screams the whole time? Because he was squealing and screaming the whole fucking time, and I was like, this is goddamn annoying.
This was somebody that was involved with the first one and thought that they could tell the first one better.
That's what it really sounds like, and it's retarded. It's retarded. I know we're not supposed to use that word, but when something's retarded, it's retarded.
It's special.
No,
Like
it's not
Leatherface.
special. It's stupid.
No, that's what you're supposed to say.
It's mentally challenged.
Walter shows up, and it turns out that Darla and Walter are in cahoots. Walter beats Ginny with an electric cattle prod. Cattle prod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is also fucking stupid.
Stuffs her in a gunny sack and into Darla's trunk.
Dude.
W.E.
That whole scene with her in the fucking trunk and all that, like, was retarded. Well, if you stop screaming, I'll give you a breathing hole. Like, what? No, keep screaming, stupid. Like,
You're out in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, you can't hear society.
you can't hear people around you. The fact
I
that
would
she's
be
ordering food.
screaming.
Cop
like,
comes
at the
up and
top
literally
of my
talks to her and
lungs.
shit. And I know that the door's shut by that point, but still, scream. You hear somebody out there. Like, just fucking start screaming. I just, there's so many decisions in this movie that I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
And I think it's supposed to be played for laughs, but it falls flat. You know what I mean? Like, you're
Right.
supposed to see this as sort of like this dark comedy.
But
And you can see-
But where exactly? That's the problem with these fucking movies. Is the first movie was not a dark comedy. It was a straight horror movie, and then after that, they turned them into these like dark comedy horrors, and I'm like, I don't
that weren't
understand.
funny and
Well,
just
this one,
irritating.
it's like you can see that undertone. Like, you can see where they were trying for that so hard, but somehow they failed. They just fell flat with it. I can't explain why, but it does. It just falls flat where they tried to throw this comedy in there, and it just doesn't work. You laugh, but it's not because they did it right. You laugh
because they did
it's
it bad.
Just absurd.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like
bad.
I flashed them because they keep showing up. Like, then don't do it. Like,
Yeah, why do you keep flashing them then?
yeah.
I don't understand. I'm glad that this is the last movie of the original franchise because it was bad. Continue.
W.E. leaves Darla to go pick up some pizzas. She ordered earlier with Ginny in the trunk of her
Did you
car.
just fucking flip me
After
off?
getting the pizza, she returns home with
You
Ginny.
just flip me off?
The Slaughters terrorize Ginny, who escapes into Darla's car, but is subdued by Vilmer, who jumps on the hood of the car. Ginny wrecks and is dragged back inside the house, where she is treated by Darla, who gets her ready for dinner time.
They skipped over the funniest part. Well, not funny. She gets out of the fucking car when they're headed back with the pizzas and just like gets out and starts beating that girl with a stick.
Oh yeah.
She just gets out.
She's like, oh, stop.
And she's like, don't
Stop,
hit me.
don't
And then
hit
she
me.
gets out. She just. Okay, well, just stay there.
Just stay there.
And don't.
And then she did.
Yeah.
Because they went and got her. But I'm also thinking, like, hold on, you just had a meat hook in your back. How'd you even make it that far, for one?
Right.
How are you moving? How'd you get off the
The
hook?
stick.
But then she's got this, like, stick. She picks up one, like, nah, it's not big enough. And
Yeah.
then she picks up another one, and, like, you just go over and just, I'm like, what are you doing?
That was
Acting
the only
like a
part that I
Minecraft
legit was just like, what the fuck
See,
is
that
going
part was definitely
on?
supposed to be funny.
It was, but it wasn't even funny in the way that I think they meant it to be funny. It was more funny because you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. I thought for sure she's going to pick up a rock or something.
I
and
know,
just
I
drop
thought
it on
she's
her head.
going to get a big rock and she's just going to end the misery for her just... And that's that poor girl.
She's tortured through most of the movie.
The whole movie, I was waiting like at the end of the movie for her to like show up and still be alive somehow. And like, I don't know, just still be alive. But
Well,
I guess, I don't know.
Did we see her die?
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
Matthew McConaughey crushed her head with his foot,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
which was also a stupid scene.
Oh. Was there any good one?
No.
I mean,
I was about to say, I don't think there
Every
is a good
scene
scene.
is a stupid
Yeah,
scene.
everything in this movie.
I would have liked that scene better if we actually saw her heads.
There is no gore in this fucking movie.
Mm-mm.
None. And I don't understand. Like, why? Why is there no gore in these movies?
She has like a singular cut on her cheek.
It's from the fall into the glass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The
We get
singular
one
cut.
little.
Yeah.
Should probably get a scar from it too. Poor kid.
No.
That's what I don't get about these movies. Like, the first one didn't have, like, a lot of gore, but it was shocking.
What was there was effective.
shock.
It was
Yeah.
shock. You had that shock value.
But, like, after that, like, there was no gore at all throughout the rest of these movies. Like, a little bit of blood here and there, and then, like, some disgusting factors. Like, you know, like, ew, gross kind of thing. But other than that, like, the
I
rest
happen
of...
to like that the first one, you know, they didn't need the gore and stuff. They had that shock factor
Right.
without it.
At least I jumped a couple
But
of
the
times.
movie is literally called The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, and there was no
There's-
chainsaw massacre at
yeah.
all, and there was no
Leatherface
chainsaw
literally
deaths.
takes a back seat in this movie.
Oh,
like
for
he's
sure.
he's
He's
not,
not at all
yeah,
intimidating at all.
not at all. And
He
then
runs after her with the chainsaw on this, and I don't like that stuff. Like chainsaw, like when I go through haunted houses and stuff, and I hear that chainsaw, chills. Because it's like, no, thank you.
Mhm.
Because like that is terrifying to me. Somebody come at me with a chainsaw. Can you imagine that ripping into you? No, thank you. That's like the scariest thing to me.
I don't think he kills anybody with that fucking chainsaw. He doesn't kill anybody.
I
in this
never
movie.
once like he come after me.
I don't think he actually kills anybody in the movie, does he?
No.
Besides that guy with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, that's right. He kills the one guy, but that's it. Matthew McConaughey kills the rest.
I don't know if you can really count that guy. He's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, true.
Well, he still died.
Yeah, I don't know if he was he human? Kind of a dick. I don't know.
He's more of a slug.
Yeah.
Or a leech.
Leech.
Yeah, leech is.
Yeah, leech is appropriate. Yeah. Bug.
Anyways, Jenny falls unconscious but awakens in the early morning hours at dinner. It was morning?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. At the dinner table with a cross-dressed Leatherface. I thought he was cross-dressed before that.
No, I think every time you see him, he changes.
He does.
He looks different every time you see him, and the final form is the cross-dressed Leatherface.
Gotcha. Okay. The family's parent, grandpa, and what happened to the grandpa? He like stood up with that knife and.
Is he dead? Is he alive?
I just like how he was like,
yeah, he was dead in the last
Well, I
movie.
like how everything like starts to go to hell, and Grandpa's like, "Fuck this."
He just gets up and walks
I
out.
thought he was
I'm
gonna
out.
do something because he picks up the knife and walks away.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
I'm going upstairs.
And-
It's too noisy down here.
Was it the third one where they tried to get him to hold on to the knife? Or was that the second one?
That was the second one.
Second one.
That was
He tried
second
to
one.
hold on to the
Yeah,
knife.
he couldn't.
Yeah.
And he couldn't. It just kept
And
falling
then the
out.
third
And then
one,
he
he was
sta-
just straight up fucking dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just.
He was just a corpse sitting there.
Mhm.
And then this one, he's like,
He
he
stands up
stands
and
up and
leaves.
walks away. Like, all right.
Well,
I guess
like,
he's been getting enough blood. I
I guess.
suppose. I don't know.
Does this family just pass around Grandpa and Leatherface when
That's
they
what
get
I
to
was
be too
wondering.
much for
Yeah.
like one household? Like,
When they all
All
get
right.
arrested, like, all right, Leatherface and Grandpa are going to go live with our.
yeah,
Third cousins
Aunt
over there
Kathy,
and-
it's your turn.
Yeah.
We're done. We've had enough.
We had him for 5 years. It's your turn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The family's a parent grandpa and a family of stuffed corpses. Guess they were corpses, weren't they? Bye, Grandpa. Ginny screams in terror, and soon the family is joined by a Rothman, who tells the Sawyers that they aren't doing their jobs correctly, and then licks Ginny's face, who writhes in disgust.
I was gonna say the Illuminati stops by just long enough to lick Renee and cause Matt to have a depressive episode.
I don't understand him or what he represents
Or why he had to
or
show
why
up.
he's there or why the movie needed him.
To cause a distraction
Well,
for
it
her
was
to be
the
able to run away.
Illuminati. The Illuminati thing. That
Why?
was a real thing, and like they show. It's a lot less scary to me to find out that the Illuminati has been like
For sure.
saving this family this
Yeah.
whole time. Like they've been protecting them.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I
Like,
don't even- I
that
don't
is
even
way
wanna-
out of left field and so fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
it's one of them things. Are like, what the fuck? Like the Illuminati. Like you couldn't think of. I would believe it
I'd
better
rather
if they
be
were if
the
they
mob.
worship Satan and like Satan rose from the fucking ground and that's what. Like, give me that. I'd rather that than the Illuminati. You know what I mean, or something like that.
I think that would have been dumb too.
Okay, yeah, well, sure, yeah.
Yeah, but it would make more sense.
It would
It
make
would
more
make-
sense.
it would make more
Then the
sense.
Illuminati just supporting this fucking hillbilly family for
Yeah,
absolutely no reason.
Yeah,
The
what
mob.
are they gaining from it
Exactly.
by doing so?
I would rather see the mob because at least they would, like they could use that family. They could be like, yeah, you
Right,
could, you know.
maybe.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like the Illuminati, like that. Just
No, I don't.
It just sounds
Disagree.
so ludicrous.
It is
Like,
ludicrous.
It's
It's
the
like-
most. It's like that guy wearing the tinfoil hat. Like
Yeah.
it's the most ludicrous thing.
Oh my god, we
To
did that to
say.
my mom once because
Yeah.
my mom believes they're UFOs and everything.
She did,
Dressed
yeah.
as birds.
She wore an aluminum
So-
hat out to her car one day when she came to pick her up.
me and Gavin did, and she was like, "What's that on your head?" I was like, "Mom, I was thinking about what you said the other day about the birds and the UFOs and stuff. I don't want my brain to be overtaken." She was like, "I'm glad you finally started listening to me." I was like, yeah.
Yep. She's a moron.
I took it off and handed it to Xavier. I said, "Here, a souvenir. Let this remind you."
What happened here today?
I got nothing, man.
It was great.
All right, go ahead.
Oh man. While Vilmore is talking with Rothman, Ginny tries to escape, but the windows are all boarded up, and she is taken back inside the dining room by Vilmore, while Leatherface revs his chainsaw to behead Ginny, which he fails at. Like, why are you waving it around? Just cut her head
He's
off.
like this whole time, like, dude, just do it. Just do it.
You
Like,
definitely have the upper hand here. Just
yeah,
get it
literally
over
the upper hand.
with. Yeah.
And
The
he just,
upper chainsaw. Like,
I don't know what was going on there, why it took so long.
but it took long enough for her to get away.
I still thought he was going to get his legs. Like, that's what it kept looking like. They were, like, foreshadowing and stuff. Like, it was like, oh, he's going to hit his legs. Like, he's going to chop his
Like
legs
in the
off.
first one.
Yeah.
As Vilmer holds Ginny down and Leatherface tries to decapitate her, he's not trying very hard. She gains access to Vilmer's remote to his cybernetic leg.
Why does people have a
And
remote? Why does he have a
he's-
remote for his legs?
Hillbilly.
More remotes.
Yeah, he has multiple.
Yeah,
He's
why?
got a shit.
I have
Pulled
no
like
fucking
6 out of
idea.
that pocket.
I
I
have
don't think
no
you need
idea.
why do you need a remote at all?
I don't know why he's got
well,
this.
more
I
than
mean,
one.
the leg thing, okay, but
Yeah.
why does it got to be mechanical and all these other like what? I don't understand. I don't
But
understand.
why do you need a remote, let alone multiple?
Right. I don't know.
Maybe
Because
that
why
was-
are you gonna-
well,
I don't
maybe
have a
that
good
was-
answer for
Why are
you.
you gonna have other people and have access to your
Yeah.
mobility?
Well,
Like,
maybe that was supposed to be like a funny factor because, like, pulling a bunch of remotes out. You know how people used to get remotes mixed up all the time?
That would have been a pretty funny scene.
How,
like,
I want
somebody
to explain
takes
to
the
me.
channels and you look at the background, Matthew McConaughey's leg. Oh, Matthew McConaughey's legs like kicking
damn.
shit. That would have been fucking hilarious.
Explain to me how.
Shook them
How?
all.
Explain to me how in these movies Leatherface took a back seat to these other guys and became the less scary. Like in the last one, the last one, the rapey guy or whatever, the guy with the shotgun at the beginning, he was more intimidating than Leatherface. And then in this one, you've got Matthew McConaughey, who's far more intimidating.
He's the big baddie.
He's the big baddie. He's probably the scariest fucking one in the entire series, really. If you think about it,
you don't know. There's
he's erratic. Like,
yeah, you don't know from one minute to another, like what he's gonna say or do.
yeah.
Too abusive.
Hell, he killed his
I'll give
brother
you a
pretty much. He
chance
killed his own
to-
fucking brother. You know.
Yeah.
How, I don't even remember how he killed him. Hit him over the head with a
Yeah,
hammer or something.
he
Didn't
just like I kind of
Yeah, I think it was a hammer. I think
he?
he just turned
started
around and
beat him
like,
over the head with a fucking hammer.
just once. He was out. He was done.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So, but like Leatherface definitely took a back seat in this one. I was just like, holy shit, man.
What did you say he reminded you of in this for some reason? Especially at the very beginning. Mankind, right?
Okay, I got
Yeah,
maybe
Mankind.
two
Yeah.
paragraphs left.
Yeah.
McFoley.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
All right, I got maybe 2 paragraphs left, you guys. She gains access to Vilmer's remote to his cybernetic leg and uses it to make him fall a lot as an advantage to escape, which she succeeds in doing
That's
so.
why.
Jenny escapes
He's gonna
to
chase me. I'm just gonna hit the enter button so he kicks, falls over.
Jenny escapes to the main road where she is helped by an elderly couple. What were their names?
I don't know. They were stupid names though. She called him like Mr. something or another.
Like 20 times.
Yeah.
You
Like,
call your
Whitney.
husband that on purpose?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was she said. I was like, what the fuck is she calling him? Like, move it, Mr. something. And I'm like, what the? That's your husband, isn't it?
He's like, yes, Mrs. Something.
It was retarded.
Really just wanted to drive the point home, I guess. Like
I
that we
guess
should
so.
know their names.
But the couple's RV
I
is
still don't
soon
remember
turned
them.
over by Vilmer and Leatherface. I take it they died in there then?
I'm a guessing.
Sure, I guess.
That's what they
Jenny climbs out of the wreckage, barely harmed. Then the old couple should be barely harmed.
They're
too.
probably alive, and they were like, fuck it, play dead.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not
That little
after
bitch
us,
got
they're
us
after
involved
her.
in something. Just lay here and play
I'm
dead.
sure his name is something like Mr. Twinkles. Mr. Twinkles, play
I
dead.
think it was something
Okay,
like
Mrs.
that.
Twinkles. It was something stupid like that.
Jenny climbs out of the wreckage barely harmed, and Leatherface and Vilmer pursue her on foot, an apparent order of the Illuminati airplane operated by one of Rothman's colleagues.
They did not make that
No.
apparent at all.
Swoops overhead, and the blade kills Vilmer. I was wondering where that airplane
That
came
airplane just like was. I didn't know that it belonged to the Illuminati.
I had
'Cause
assumed because that dude shows up
it
right
made
afterwards.
no fucking sense, is what it did.
I had assumed that just because that dude shows up right afterwards, picks her up, and then takes her to the hospital because they had failed.
Okay, that makes more sense, I guess. But watching the movie, I'm like,
But that's all I got out of it because she shows up at the hospital and then you see fucking Sally laying on that fucking thing
Can we
going
also
past and like, okay, so what am I supposed to garner from that? Like,
is that who that was with Sally?
So
I was
she
wa-
saw
okay.
Sally
Wait,
and
who's
so like,
Sally
okay,
again?
The girl from the first movie. The original survivor from the
Oh,
first
okay.
movie.
yeah, so like, what am I supposed to garner from that? They took her to a mental hospital
or a hospital where they normally take
like
all the
where
other-
Marilyn Burns.
Yeah, like what happened?
Yeah,
What-
why is she there? Why are they there? Is
Well,
this
but
a
she's
hospital?
talking to a sheriff, so like they took her to the fuck at the end. Like I understood that it was an Illuminati plane. They killed Vilmer and all that because he failed, and they picked her up and they took her to the hospital because they're like, well, he failed. Fucking whatever, we're done. Just
How
get
did
her
you
the
know
fuck
that
out of
was
here.
Sally? Oh, it showed her face, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it showed her face. But like, if I'd have just seen her sitting there talking to the sheriff,
Is this
looking
just
all-
like maybe a hospital ran by the Illuminati that they take these victims to that survive their wrath?
maybe, It just seems like that's a stretch. I don't know.
But like, also, if that's the case, why?
That's what I'm saying. Nothing that
Yeah.
you can come together for. Nothing quite fits.
Right.
Like if she was just sitting there and like the sheriff was talking to her and she looked shocked, I could get by with
See,
that.
the thing about this whole
Sally showing up is
the
the
thing
part
about
that,
this franchise is I can see why they were like, by the fourth movie, they're like, what are we doing with this fucking story? Like the first movie, okay, but then like by the second, third, and fourth movie, you're like, it's so
How do you keep upping the ante?
out there and random and convoluted that it doesn't make any goddamn sense. We don't know what family members are what or who these fucking people are in relation to Leatherface.
Can we also
And
talk-
hold on,
Oh.
and then but so like I think their only option at this point was like, let's kill it for now. Let's come back to it in about 10 or 20 years and see what we can do with it then. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what they did. Like, hey, let's just reboot this shit. And that's what they did. They did a better fucking job, to be honest, with the
maybe because
the
they
remake.
use a little less shrooms and a little more, you know?
99? Was that when the remake started? Or the reboot?
2003.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was in the 2000s.
I think it was 2003. Was
That
the
sounds right.
remake?
Okay.
So this was 96.
94.
I think this
94 was when it was made, but 95 was when it was released.
Okay, so it literally took almost 20 years for it to, or 10 years.
Can we talk about
Yeah, 10 years.
About 10.
Jenny Girl's actor and her acting?
Renee Zellweger.
Can we talk about her acting real quick?
It's not-
go ahead.
none
Because
of
it was not good.
None of it was good.
Okay,
Remember, like
but
the part where she's in the.
but like the thing that bothered me the most was how whenever she was angry and trying to be like assertive, she was not mumbling, but it sounded like she should.
That's Renee Zellweger. She mumbles.
I couldn't stand it. It was annoying.
So
To me, it was like she was flat. Like anytime
Yeah.
she was trying to be assertive, it was like, sit down.
Yeah,
Sit down.
sit down.
Sit down. Sit down.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, the part in the where she runs back to that lady who showed her tits. She runs back to that trailer or whatever. She goes in and she's like freaking out and spazzing out in the chair. Like, and then out of nowhere she comes back in and she's like, she was there and she was perfectly calm and fine. And I'm like, how did you go from being completely freaked out to completely calm like you just smoked a blunt? Like, I don't understand.
I have
didn't
one
get it.
paragraph left.
Oh, I thought you were done.
I thought
Oh,
she was
no.
done too.
Jenny watches as Vilmer dies while Leatherface screams in horror and frustration. I don't like how they tried to recreate the thingy. That's what it looked like anyways. A black car soon turns up and Jenny takes refuge from the family inside, only to discover Rossman inside.
Oh, you had
Jenny,
a name? Sorry.
I'm sorry. Why did she hop in a stranger's car after everything that just happened to her?
She got nothing to lose. I don't fucking know.
She gets in a limo of all things. Like, that's the dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like,
You were
Yeah,
just...
the limo started rolling up. I'm like, you know who's in there?
Yeah,
What the
you
fuck
know
you
who
doing?
that
The
is.
whole movie started by her seeking out help from strangers, and then she hops in a stranger's car at the end.
just goes to show she didn't learn any lessons.
You think?
Stranger come walking up to me, ma'am, do you know where... get the fuck away from me.
Now her, she's like, I'll suck your dick. Talk to her. I'll spit on that thing.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
I guess if they wanted to reboot this movie, they could always have that Haley Welch or whatever play Renee Zellweger's
She'd probably do
character.
better, I mean,
Probably would.
Jenny prepares to jump out of the car, but Rothman tells Jenny that her experience was supposed to be spiritual, but that it went awry and Vilmer had to be stopped. Okay. Rothman takes Jenny to a hospital where she sees Sally Hardesty
Mhm.
being wheeled down a corridor. Meanwhile, Leatherface swings a chainsaw in frustration and the screen cuts to black and credits roll on.
He was just doing spins with the chainsaw,
Yeah.
spinning around. I was like, you're not even doing it
right.
like as good as it happened in the original. You know, after watching these other three movies, I have a better appreciation for the first one. I'd like to go back and redo my score.
The first one, I've been trying to tell you,
Should've
is a
watched
work
it
of
backwards.
genius.
It was way better than any of these. Like, it was definitely better than the other three.
We should have watched it
Especially
backwards.
this one and the third one. Like, the second one, I'm like, okay, it is what it is.
You guys.
It's fucking retarded. But these other, like the other two, fucking terrible. They're terrible.
Okay, but would we have missed much if we watched them backwards?
No, I don't think you'd miss anything. I think you could watch these backwards and be perfectly fine. Honestly, if you do watch them, I suggest watching them backwards because they would get better as you watch them.
I would suggest if you're not a horror fanatic or a completionist, just watch the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You'd stay away from the other ones. Yeah, anything. I agree. Yeah. I don't know. Dennis Hopper's pretty great in the second one, but...
Yeah, but that was one of those movies that we talked about that we grew up loving.
Thinking it was great.
And then you watch it again, you're like...
Why did I love this?
Why did I love this?
Why?
Yeah, maybe I thought the cheesy, corny factor of it whenever I was younger was great. But because of Chop Top and everything. But then as I got older, I was like, this is fucking retarded. Like, maybe Bill Moseley grew out of that character too, because I don't know, man. This movie just I can't get behind it, man.
I know.
This is the second time I've seen it. I know that. So
I don't know if I've ever seen this.
This is the second time I've seen it. I remember the first time I'd seen it was years and years ago.
Probably
around the same time that I watched the other one.
I know I've seen bits and pieces. I know I've seen at least like parts of the dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I don't think I've actually seen this movie all the way through. Like,
did you guys notice whenever she came out the door and she like jumped across the car, you could see her knee pads?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
I did.
Yeah, you said.
Poof. Oops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not the worst thing about this movie, but I really could not stand the way that girl was trying to be assertive. I could not stand it. It made me want to shoot myself.
Get down.
Get down.
To me, it was like she would flatline whenever she did that.
Get down.
It was like she would have these like high pitched screams and like like when she's trying to be quiet and like but like whenever she's trying to be assertive, it was like she would just like lose all inflection. It was like she would be very like boisterous and talking and everything. Get out.
She'd say it like quiet but like forceful.
Like I said, this is still her best acting credit to my understanding. I don't know. I guess she wasn't too bad, me, myself, and Irene, but she was just kind of like there because obviously it had Jim Carrey in it, and it had he's gonna overshadow anybody in the movie. You know what I mean? Because it's Jim Carrey.
The only thing I remember about that movie is that like he had a cheating wife, and they had 3 sons that he was like, yeah, those are my boys, but
and they were black.
They were black.
And the one was in fucking Old School, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When they tossed the brick over
the
side.
That was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were fiercely protective of them. Daddy. Yeah, I love that.
They were great though.
They were. I love that.
That
was
movie
like
should
my
be in the fucking box.
That was like my favorite part of it. That's why I remember
That used to be one of my favorite comedies. Like I love that movie. It was fucking hilarious.
Someone's got an eraser. We can erase Jurassic Park and put it in there. Or is that
I can put it on the rolling list.
Yeah, just put it on the rolling list. So no, I'm done. I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. I don't. You guys done? You guys good? You got anything else you want to say, Karen? Can we put the first part of this fucking franchise, the original franchise, to bed?
Please.
Oh, I came up with a name for Leatherface's mask before it turned into the woman. Because it looked like a Dollar Tree version of a Leatherface mask.
It did. It was like plasticky.
Processed cowhide image.
Oh, okay.
Like if you were going to buy it at the Dollar Tree, it'd be processed cowhide image.
That's exactly what it was, too.
He didn't get it at first. I said, oh, look, it's the Dollar Tree Leatherface processed cowhide image. And he was like, what?
What are you talking about?
Because they print
and then I had to...
masks on
no, because cowhide is, like, processed cowhide is leather.
Yeah.
And then image is another word for face, so...
Shut up, Karen.
It was fucking funny. So fuck you guys.
You fucking nerd.
Fuck you, all of you.
She's like, I thought it was funny. It is funny, Karen. I'm not gonna hate on you for it.
I didn't say anything.
What the fuck was I doing? Oh.
All right. Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Let's move into rating and reviewing this piece of shit fucking movie.
Let's review this bitch.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with Madison. Madison, what do you think of
You don't want me to read this
Texas
movie.
Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation?
It's a 9er.
Oh, 9
For
all day.
real? If Karen thinks it's a 9er.
It's definitely
It's
a
opposite
niner.
day.
If it's opposite day.
Oh, if it's opposite day.
I
It's,
love
it's an
this
11.
movie.
Right?
Yeah, I
It's a
love
12.
this movie.
Goes to 11.
Woo! I'm so sorry.
What do you got on this movie?
Honestly, I hated this movie with every fiber of my being. I don't know what it was about it. I think it was mainly just the girls acting that made me hate it so much. And the excessive yelling.
You're allowed to
of
hate this movie.
Leatherface. I could not stand it. It was annoying. Like, I came home yesterday and it was goofy watching like that
Go through
half
the rest
hour
of your life
of it,
every time
but
you see it.
it was it was goofy watching
Piece
that.
of shit.
It was goofy
You
watching
so much.
Sorry.
Just like she said hate so many times in like one sentence.
It was goofy watching that half hour whenever I came home, and then I like started it from the beginning, and I was like, no, no.
She did too. She walked in because I was like, I'm just gonna watch this fucking movie. Madison can watch it in her own time. So I watched it. She came for like, I was like, oh, you're gonna sit down for the last half hour of this movie? She's like, yeah, I'll watch the rest later. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You don't want to do that.
So she watched the last half hour with me, and then had to go back and rewatch the movie. And I'm like, dude, I felt bad for you. Like, I'm sorry. Did you watch the whole thing? Whenever you rewatched
No,
it?
I stopped.
Okay.
Like, I started getting into that last half hour, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't have.
I already
continued
saw
either.
this part.
Yeah.
I just need it for memory and reference for the podcast. That's it. Like, I'm sure she saw that last half hour and like, oh man, I gotta watch this piece of shit. Like,
It wasn't that bad watching the last half hour, because there was like a
it
few
actually picked up in the last half hour.
Yeah,
and
there
it
was like a few
wasn't terrible until
laugh-
you know.
I wanna
Okay,
go
it was
that
still
far.
fucking terrible.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't go that far. But
Yeah,
there
but
were
without
like,
context, she might have been like, maybe it'll be alright.
and then I got that context, and I was like,
I'm just glad that I'll be honest with you. I feel Eric, man. I'm glad that this portion of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is fucking over.
Yeah,
I think
Because
we
it's gonna
all
get
are.
better from here. Like, I know the remake is good,
the remake is good.
and the
To
beginning.
him, though,
I
is it
think
the
the
entire
only-
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's seen anything past the
original.
remake.
He said he's seen the dinner scene from one of the newer ones. So it's either the remake or Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning.
He's seen the remake. I know he's seen the remake.
Yeah. So those movies aren't bad. I think both of those are good.
No, I
Does
really
your
like the
shirt
remake.
say Mothman ate my entire ass?
At a Denny's.
Oh.
That's pretty sweet.
I found that.
Yeah.
That's actually my shirt.
All right.
Anyways,
Anyway, go ahead. Rate this fucking movie, man.
Oh, I was trying to say something when I forgot. Never mind.
Squirrel.
Okay.
Mothman.
Mothman ate my ass.
I want to.
You broke her.
I didn't break her. This movie broke her.
No, the t-shirt.
Oh, the
broke
Mothman eating the ass at a Denny's. You think it was in the parking lot
her.
or in the bathroom?
Stop.
She said stop.
Maybe it was over the stove in the back in the kitchen.
Quit.
I'm just saying. Who knows?
Hot in two ways.
Stop.
Behind the
Stop
dumpster out
spilling
back.
your dreams to us. We don't care.
Behind the dumpster out back. That's where it was.
You would have liked that.
Didn't even call me.
Didn't even get the Evite.
Never even called me again.
Did you get his number?
He doesn't have a number. He lives in the fucking woods.
Well,
He's the
how do you
Mothman.
expect him to call you?
Dumbass.
How do you expect him to call you then, Dad?
Well, I mean, he could have left his coordinates, so I
And
can
you
find
were-
him in the woods. Just what?
Do you know
Rate the
your
fucking
latitude,
movie.
longitude, and
No, 63, 41,
Longitude.
47, and by 69.
oh, you're that far under this guy, man.
Yeah, they're still technically digits.
Yeah, they're numbers.
He's not all the way wrong.
Not all the way wrong. I'm sure it's somewhere on the map. Might be in the middle of the ocean somewhere.
I was gonna
Or like in the middle of the sky, in the middle
Yeah.
of the ocean.
No, and you're lucky to be like, that's right here in the middle of the Ohio River. Try again.
Pretty sure a rocket ship's been there before.
It's right down by Antarctica. Like, fuck.
It's cold. It's cold. I gotta get naked here.
No thanks.
I don't think you're gonna like my butthole when it's puckered like that.
Oh my god.
You broke her again.
I don't know why we're going on about this. All over your t-shirt.
Technically, it's hers.
There's a
but-
Denny's there. There's a Denny's in Antarctica.
Sure, yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. They gotta eat too.
Just open.
Sometimes ass. What's your review?
I don't know. I can't think.
Well, then we'll come back to you.
Good.
What's your review on it? Tell us what you think about this fucking movie.
Absolutely nothing. Like, the only redeeming qualities are Zellweger and McConaughey. Like, everything else is complete horseshit. And I enjoyed none of it.
Okay, that's a good review. I like that.
I'll give it a 2 for them two.
Okay, all right.
Which
Fair
is,
enough.
like, the one thing
I think that's generous, to be honest.
like, that's the only reason I'm giving it a 2. But I didn't really care for, like, every time that you seen him. It was like a transition. Like, you seen him, he looked like a Leatherface.
Yeah.
And then you seen him again, and you seen him again.
Yeah, every
And the
time you
last
saw him,
time
he was
see him,
he
he's
was
like cross-dressing Leatherface, and it's like, you just look like a fucking old grandma.
Yeah.
Like, you got like a pink jacket on, you got some fucking navy fucking pantsuit.
First time you see him, he's wearing like this army jacket.
Yeah.
And all that, which he's wearing.
Yeah, that was the Mick Foley.
Yoga pants or whatever. Which, yeah, that's Mick Foley.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
the Mick Foley.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Yeah, the fucking yeah. Yeah,
What's
he's
the
even
Mick
wearing
Foley?
fucking
That was
yoga
the Dollar
pants.
Tree leather.
Yeah, he's wearing yoga pants even.
What's Mick
Holy
Foley?
shit, he might have
He
got
was
his
a
whole
wrestler.
wardrobe from this movie for wrestling, dude.
But
Mick Foley, he was Mankind and shit in WWE.
yeah, Mankind, Dude
Or
Love,
WWE,
Cactus
whatever.
Jack.
Yeah, he'd wear like the spandex pants with like an army jacket or like a flannel
It
or
looks
something
like
like
you're
that.
pinching your nipples.
I am pinching my nipples.
Yeah, it's like a red and black flannel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he always had a sock that he pulled out of his fucking pants.
Socko. Yeah.
Fucking put that shit on. And fucking
Socko
Stick it in
and
your
Rocco.
mouth
Yeah, it
and
was like
like
a dirty fucking sock that he was
Rocco's
sticking
just
people's
a rock.
fucking mouths.
Yeah. He always pulled out his pants too. It's fucking gross. Now that I'm thinking about, like, that's fucked up, man. Like, that thing's down by your jock.
Now I want to go back and watch old matches. Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, dude, that was when wrestling was good, man.
Yeah, it
I wanted-
was.
I wanted to give it a 3, but I didn't want to though. You know what
You
I
give
mean?
it whatever you fucking want to give it. I don't give a shit.
Well, I was gonna give it a 3, but then I was like, no, it's not that good. It's just like the half hour where I could just giggle at it a little bit.
It's not that good though.
So I think I'm just gonna stick with.
down.
You gotta find a new bump, dude.
It's that one.
It's that one. Change here.
Scusi.
That's actually pretty relevant.
I'll give it a 2.5 and let it stick like that. Because if I wouldn't have came in at that last half hour, watched that like by itself, I probably wouldn't have rated it that high.
Okay. I think that's fine, man. That's probably better than
Wasn't
I might
asking
give
for
it, to be
opinion
honest with you.
yet.
Okay, so for me, I'm going to say this movie sucks complete balls. The only good thing about it is Matthew McConaughey, man. I don't even know if I even like that he goes full crazy. I don't think I do. But at the same time, I kind of do because he gives me that treat of like giggling and looking at him like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I think that this movie is kind of entertaining in that factor. If you're looking for a movie that you're like, you want to shit on, this is that movie. This movie sucks so much balls that it's good to watch with your buddies. Like, just sit down and get fucked up and watch this shitty fucking movie so you can all laugh at it. That's it. That's all this movie's good for. It's not good for horror. It's not good for anything other than just to shit on it.
Karen, he's talking about sucking balls with his buddies.
Sucking balls with my buddies. Ball sucking with buddies. I don't know what that was, but I'll do it again.
This weekend, apparently.
This weekend. Yeah, fuck yeah.
He's gonna
but
be watching this movie a lot sooner than he thought.
so for that, I will give it a redeeming factor because this is the kind of movie that you sit down and watch with your dudes or you just a bunch of people and just fucking laugh at, because that's all you can do with this movie is laugh at it and look at each other like, what the fuck was that? Or what is going on?
That's what happened for the last half hour, too.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, too. You're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Especially with it being like Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
I think I even remember asking, there's build up to this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, what the fuck is going on? So I think for that,
too much credit.
yeah, it's this movie is a pile of dog shit, and I'm gonna give it just on that, like, watch with your friends, have fun with it, kind of like shit on this movie on a, like, if you're down for watching some shitty fucking movies, like, I'll give it a 3, 2.5, 2.5, yeah, 2.5. I was gonna go 3 again, but I'm like, it's not that good.
For real.
I'm being generous too with a 2.5.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I'm giving it the highest score, a 3. But that is only because I really did like Matthew McConaughey's performance in this. I think that he does crazy very well. I'd like to see more of it. I wish that he would do more of that kind of acting, I guess. Not necessarily, like, I don't want to see him doing movies like this, but like him being the bad guy. Like, I want to see more of that, I guess. I want to see more of him not being played for his looks and things like that.
And he does a good job with playing crazy. He plays crazy.
He does. He does a really good job with it. He's got the eyes for it.
It's not even that. He's just a good actor anyway.
He
doesn't get enough acting range. He proved that with True Detective and all those other movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he proved that by, he can act. The motherfucker can act.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
You know what I mean? He's not a pretty boy with, like, this southern accent. He's actually a genuinely good actor.
Absolutely. And that's you know, partly, you know, evident here with this movie. You know, you see a lot of that talent there.
Boom, filled.
You see a lot of that talent coming through here in this movie. So I got to give it a little bit of bump for that. And the other reason I'm giving it a 3 is because
no gore. Again.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's
like a whole point itself.
Yeah. I'm glad the newer movies fucking lean into it, man. Mm-hmm. Lean into that disgusting gore factor.
The only newer movie I've seen is the one with the sisters.
What?
It was on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. The Texas Chainsaw.
Is that?
Yeah, it's just no, it's just called Chainsaw Massacre. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. It's called Texas Chainsaw.
It's got the 2 sisters with the whole frat party.
People didn't like that movie. I thought it was fucking great.
I thought it was good.
It was a fucking gore fest, dude. It was awesome. You guys haven't seen it yet?
I've seen the remake and the prequel.
I thought it was awesome.
I haven't seen anything else after that.
So there's a remake, a prequel, and then there's Leatherface, which is that prequel about him, the kids and that. But I actually just watched the trailer for that the other day. I'm like, man, maybe I need to go back and rewatch that movie because it's got Brad Dourif in it. It's not a bad looking movie from the trailer. Maybe I just misjudged it when I watched it because I've only seen it once. But then, like, Texas Chainsaw 3D, not good. Mm-hmm. But it does have Rosario, or what is her fucking name? Daddario. Something Daddario. What's her fucking first name?
Who she plays?
She was in Percy Jackson. She was in the first season of True Detective. Shit. Alexandria Daddario, I think, is her name, right?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Alexandria Daddario. Sorry, Karen, I cut you off, dude. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was trying to remember her name too, but yeah, that's right, I think.
It's Alexandria, because you get to see her topless.
I know what you were going to say.
The first season, and it was... I'm not going to say it. And then she gets her butt ate out by the Mothman. Or, I mean, by Woody Harrelson. She does, too. Yep, that's her. Sexy.
I've seen her in some stuff before.
Oh, man. She's all. I think she's great.
Big eyes.
She's got some big eyes. You're right. She's hot, though. I think she's awesome. I think she's also an underrated actress. So.
The last thing I had was that I hated what they did with Renee Zellweger's character, also. I know that you're not asking for much in a movie where you don't want the plot to get in the way of the story, but, you know, the issue with her character is they build her up at the beginning with this like badass
Who
thing,
is she?
and it
It's
were
Always Sunny.
Huh? She played this girl that Charlie was really into. Remember? She was really into Charlie, and like she was like loaded with money, all kinds of crazy shit. Remember at the end of the episode, like he's like, "I used you, stupid bitch." Like it was like I think it was one of the Charlie's
I
worst
think
moments.
I saw that.
It was one of Charlie's worst moments.
Oh, to get back at the waitress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I used you stupid bitch. Like it was one of
Yeah.
Charlie's worst moments.
Yep, I do.
It was
remember
probably
that.
actually one of Charlie's only really terrible moments.
Yep, I do remember that.
So,
but they build her
I love
up to be
Charlie, I
this
don't
like
care.
really
I fucking
strong
love
female
Charlie.
character, and then as soon as the action starts, she just crumbles.
yeah.
And that's them writing her character,
Mm-hmm.
not Renee's acting or anything. It's just like, why did you build her up at the beginning if you're just gonna make her into whatever else every other final girl turns into?
Mm-hmm.
Especially like her character's very back and forth and wishy washy. 1 minute she's screaming like a bitch, the next minute she's like, "Get on the floor."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah.
So what is your character exactly? Are you strong or are you weak?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like at the beginning, it's very clear they make her very strong,
Yeah.
and then as the thing goes on, it's like all the action starts, she becomes weak, completely weak, and then at the end, it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, I agree.
It was dumb. Her character was the stupidest out of all of them.
So what's the total?
2.5.
Sounds about right. All right. Fuck this movie. Let's get into that Rotten Tomatoes and shit. Oh man.
Critics?
Critics.
19.
19?
10.
I'm going with 19.
I bet it's low as fuck too, man. You guys are like in that shit.
I'm going with 10.
10?
If they loved it, I'm killing myself.
What'd you say, 19?
Yeah.
I'm on $1. Yeah, I'm going 20.
She still got it.
Fuck you.
16.
Should have gotten lower.
I knew it was low as fuck though. 16. That makes sense.
The people,
That tracks.
I'm going to stick with my 19. Yeah.
I don't know. I bet it has more of a following, but it's a little bit higher. I bet the critic or the audience is a little higher because people are stupid.
11.
He's going $1 on himself. What'd you say?
19.
19?
Sticking with it.
I'm doing the same. 20.
She got it.
What?
17.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Next Generation has the fortune of starring early career Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger, but it services neither headliner well in a convoluted and cheap-looking slasher that doesn't live up to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre legacy.
No, it does not. Was there a legacy before?
This movie is fucking garbage.
So, I don't think Rotten Tomatoes does stars anymore.
Did they get rid of the stars?
I could not find 1 star on any of these.
What the fuck?
But I did something a little bit different. I started out with bad ones, but then I thought,
why not do some good ones?
We're gonna shit all over this movie. It's easy to shit on it.
Yeah,
let's
especially
find
whenever you got bad reviews on a bad fucking movie.
Yeah.
Let's get some good reviews.
That's what I thought. I was like,
movie.
I'm gonna find
Yeah.
people who like this movie. So
I like your style.
I'll start out with some bad ones because but I'm gonna get to the good ones. So, one name, Kim Henkel. One question, what was he thinking? Leatherface or whatever was that thing didn't even kill anyone. I guess even the chainsaw didn't want to ruin its gas for this kind of victims.
I agree.
This movie gave
These are the worst kind of victims too. They're not even like worth rooting for at all. Especially the boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, completely unlikable.
Yeah,
you wanted them to die.
Yeah,
You're like,
kill that motherfucker. Hit him again with that hammer.
You started to feel bad for the girl though. Like you're like, oh god, just
I did too. I was like, God damn, just end it already. For her.
Hold up. He twitched.
Hit him again. Hit him again.
Hit him again.
Kick him.
This movie gave me hemorrhoids. Watching this, I will never watch this fucking shit ever again. I hope this movie gets put in a room and lit on fire, and I would watch it burn.
Oh my god, this movie gives me hemorrhoids. That's fucking great.
It's alright.
I'll never watch this fucking shit again.
It's alright. I feel like part 1 and 2 is better than this one. This one is full of
I
unpredictable...
guess they forgot about the third one, too.
This one is full of unpredictable scenes, and the reason I gave it a 4.5 is because Leatherface is not really the main character like he was in Part 2 or 1. Matthew McConaughey is more the main character, as we see him struggling with depression. That's all he's got, apparently, just depression. That when you're depressed, that's how you act.
Yeah.
I hope I never
I get down in the dumps.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I go haywire on people. You guys don't do that?
No. Haven't lately, anyway.
Once or twice.
Oh, okay.
All right,
At
so
least
now we're
you've
getting
done it
into
before.
the ones that like it.
Okay.
This movie is pure chaos. I love it.
I love it. It makes no fucking sense, but I love it.
Hey, I mean, I kind of like that too, I'll be honest. Like, I was the most entertained watching this. I really was. Out of all
this is the most entertaining one of the four.
Except for the first one, right? Which you're into for different reasons. But, like...
You're into that for a true horror movie.
Yeah, and, like, I was into the first one because of, but out of the rest of them, I'm like... this sucks. And then you get into this one, you're like, okay, yeah, all right, I got you.
And it's because of Matthew McConaughey that it sells. It sells because of him.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking nuts the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Full and crazy. All right, so the reviewers that wrote one of the worst movies ever are lame. Only people that haven't seen truly bad film would think this. Them and people with weak senses of humor. The mid-90s aesthetic makes it worth watching if you're into that type of thing.
It makes it worth watching.
Mm-hmm. I am. This was a great example of a missed opportunity to expand on the legend of Leatherface, in my opinion. It was very low concept, and it was probably time to challenge the character, reintroduced to a new audience with a little more zazz. Like, if Leatherface had multiple personalities and the other was a normal man. Like, go for a Hulk-Banner relationship, but they still have 10 to 15% control when the other is in the lead. Go full Savini-style gore. Anyways, this movie's isn't that good, but it's still worth watching.
Okay, so my thing is, with each and every Leatherface that there has been, I feel like, for one, they've all been played by different dudes. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't, but not only does that factor into the fact that you feel like every Leatherface is a different dude. Like, it feels like every Leatherface is just another version of a Leatherface in a different universe. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, that's a different Leatherface. That's a different dude entirely. And that's how every Leatherface is felt in every one of these movies. They don't feel the same at all. Like, they're the same character. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the same character. Every one of them is completely different. Every fucking movie.
I feel like that's getting a little bit in depth for a franchise where the family changes in every movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like you want to expand on this Leatherface character and really, really go in depth with him and see where we can go with this character.
But it's hard to do whenever you can't concentrate on it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you really expand on a character we can't get to know?
You can't get to know him because every time you try to get to know him, there's new characters you got to know within the movie.
Yeah.
The only other person that's been
we've never been able
consistent within the movie, other than Leatherface, is Grandpa, who literally has no dialogue and appears to be dead most of the time. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
we're not sure.
We're not sure
Maybe
if
he's asleep sometime.
Maybe Grandpa getting up and walking away was supposed to be sort of like also a gag.
Dude, that cracked me up when he was like, "Fuck this,
I'm out, dude. I'm done.
We're losing. Fuck this."
Yeah. So I just don't. It's hard to get to know Leatherface or want to like Leatherface whenever there's no consistency with Leatherface's characters in every movie.
Yep.
The first movie was the best iteration of him because he was the craziest, he was the quietest, and he was the most brutal.
He was the what do you call him, the junkyard dog or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's what he is. Dog. Yeah, he's a rabid dog. That's why I like him so much in the remakes, because he's more consistent. His consistency, and he's the big bad. He's not he's not in the background of some other character other than, I don't know, I guess maybe the remake and the prequel, Arlie Armory. Yeah, he's also a big bad in it, but Leatherface is still the main bad. You know what I mean? Like, he's still the big guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't wait to get to those, because those are more horror entertainment than.
Well, and
bullshit.
they give you characters to focus on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like the first two movies have Arlie Ermy, and he's intimidating as fuck in those movies too. He's legitimately scary, which I find him intimidating and scary anyway because he used to be a drill sergeant.
Yeah, he's sort of given us that impression. Yeah.
So like watching him in like Full Metal Jacket and all that stuff, like he's an intimidating dude.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Arlie.
We've grown up kind of like
yeah, he scares the shit out of me.
Frighteners.
Drill sergeant.
Yeah, he was a drill sergeant. He was also in.
Out of the grave, like.
Yeah, he was in. What else? Oh, he was Saving Silverman.
Yes. We were just talking about that.
No, he was the gay ex-coach. He was their old coach.
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
He's like, and Jack Black's like, I'm gay. He's like, really? Me too.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen that. Yeah. It was here recently.
Because we were talking about her wanting a big Montana, and
it might have been then. Yeah.
That's Jason Biggs' best movie.
Oh, for sure,
all day,
100%. I love that. Because we were talking about Steve Zahn. We were talking about the
Steve Zahn was great in that fucking movie.
Oh my god,
Steve Zahn's an unsung hero, dude.
Oh, see, we were talking about Sahara because we were talking about Matthew McConaughey because of this movie. We were talking about Sahara, because we were talking about how that wasn't really all that bad of a movie, even though nobody liked it. But because of pretty much Steve Zahn brought it, and that movie was hilarious. But then that brought us into Saving Silverman. So
yeah, Steve Zahn's a shit. He was great in this. What else? He wasn't in. Was he? He wasn't in. I don't know why I was thinking he was in Road Trip.
No.
What was he in that was similar to Road Trip?
He was in the horror movie, Wrong Turn. Was it Wrong Turn?
No, he wasn't in Wrong Turn. He was in Joyride.
Joyride.
Yeah, Rusty Nail.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joyride.
Yeah, he was in Joyride.
I knew he was in that.
No, I'm talking about Road Trip. Remember Road Trip with fucking God damn it, fucking Tom Green and all that?
Yeah, but Breckenmeyer was the main
Breckenmeyer, yeah. I don't know why I think Steve Zahn was in that. Maybe it's because of Joyride. I don't fucking know.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's because of Joyride. I don't know. Joyride and
they both have cars.
Yeah, cars, and they're going across country.
Yeah. He's in The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah. He's in the third season. Steve Zahn, he's fucking hilarious, dude.
He is.
I loved him. What was that? What was the movie with him and fucking Martin Lawrence? Where he was the cop? No, it wasn't National Security. National Security was with just Martin Lawrence. He was in it where he was the cop who was accused of beating the fuck out of the black dude and hate and blah blah blah, even though he had a black wife.
That sounds familiar.
I can't remember the name of the fucking movie. It wasn't National Security though. I can't remember the movie, but he was funny in that too.
I don't remember.
Anyway, let's move on. We're getting off subject.
I love this movie. It's weird and fun, and there's a lot of what the fuck. The hydraulic leg and its noise that is controlled by TV remotes. Laugh my ass off. The trashy-ass prom dresses, Matthew McConaughey's over-the-top, nearly orgasmic brand of crazy. The licking Illuminati. I still use WE's quotes frequently. I'm not sure why, but they stuck with me for nearly the last 20 years. You can't want to be really scared if you watch this movie. You have to want a tongue-in-cheek, darkly comic movie for this to work. Luckily for me, I'm always down for one of those.
I agree. Yeah, you're definitely not walking to this movie. You want a horror movie, this ain't it.
Yeah.
This ain't it. This is I mean, it's got horror elements. Honestly, it's scarier than probably the last two.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it from a...
Matthew McConaughey is the scariest part of this movie.
I'd be terrified of
that. Yeah, so like he's what makes this movie even remotely scary. Other than that, yeah, this is a fucking dark comedy.
Yeah. A bizarre entry that criticizes bad horror sequels by being the worst kind imaginable before actually having a suited boss character show up to point out the ineptitude of the movie's villains. It seems Kim Henkel, co-writer of the original movie and director of this one, wanted to make a movie about how Hollywood hires untalented filmmakers to try to recapture the magic of a superior predecessor with disastrous results. Sure, it's awful, but it's awful for a reason. Got deep.
Goddamn. That dude's like the Illuminati of Hollywood right there.
Right. For the first 50 minutes, I just wanted to stop watching, but then it threatened to get interesting. Unfortunately, it didn't, but hey, at least it's better than that other remake. Spoiler alert, everybody is an asshole.
What other remake?
I just thought that one was funny. I like this. Sorry?
I like this. Sorry.
There are a few words to describe the exquisite badness that is this movie. Lame and over-overacted by everyone. It's certainly crap. But it's entertaining crap, and in the end, isn't that all that matters? That's it.
That is true. That really is what matters at the end of the day. Did it entertain you? Do you love it?
No.
Well, then it's not for you.
What?
Let's be done with this and get into trivia.
Okay.
Let's move into some
Is
of
there
that
a lot of
fucking
trivia?
spicy trivia.
No.
Probably not. I can't imagine so. People don't give a shit about this movie.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Matthew McConaughey had just graduated college and planned on moving to California when he auditioned for this movie. He read for the part of a young motorcyclist who rescues Jenny at the end and rides off with her into the sunset, a role that was eventually eliminated. Before he left, Kim Henkel asked if he knew of anyone who might be right for the role of the villain, Vilmer. Matthew McConaughey suggested two friends from acting class and left. He was about to get in his truck and drive to California when he stopped and realized, what was I thinking? He immediately turned around and asked Henkel, can I audition for Vilmer? Henkel gave him a spoon from the kitchen and told him to pretend that it was a knife and tasked him with scaring his secretary. Then, in the middle of the audition, he told him to pretend his mechanical leg was malfunctioning. McConaughey was so convincing that he won the role on the spot. I bet he did.
I bet he did. Good for you, Matthew McConaughey.
Renee Zellweger reflected on this movie in a 2016...
Scare the daylights out of my secretary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make her want to quit, please.
Yeah.
The bitch don't
She's
do her
bad.
job right.
My wife's gonna find out soon. Get rid of her.
That sounds more logical.
That was good.
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger reflected on this movie in a 2016 interview and said it was very low budget, so we all shared a tiny Winnebago that the producer of the film. It belonged to him. It was his personal camper. So, makeup was in the front seats, and there was a table in the middle for hair, and there was a tiny little curtain by the bathroom. That was where you put your prom dress and your flower on. It was kind of ridiculous how we pulled that off, and I have no idea. I'm sure none of it was legal. But anything we did was a little bit dangerous, and that was the experience. It was kamikaze filmmaking.
Honestly, though, that's kind of some of the best filmmaking, though. Like, whenever you got to get put through the shit, sometimes the result of that is a great
I think that's
fucking
what she's
movie
basically saying.
and a great experience for everybody.
She said that was the experience.
Yeah, because, we just did Predator last week, and that's essentially what that was.
Mm-hmm.
They were literally in the fucking jungle, and they had to every night went to sleep afraid of snakes and all kinds of stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes
Isn't
that's
that
the
how
best
it was
filmmaking.
for The Walking Dead too? Like they were literally sweating balls in Georgia.
Yes, because it's Georgia, and Georgia's one of the hottest fucking states because of the humidity. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just that's what makes a good fucking movie, because you put them through the shit, and that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, is Matthew McConaughey's hair always fucking greasy? Because it's always greasy
in this movie, especially.
in everything, every all the time.
I've never noticed
True
it.
Detective.
Huh?
True Detective.
What about it?
You're talking about his greasy ass looking hair.
No, I'm talking about he's always you see him in real life, and it just always looks like he's
on the red carpet.
Yeah,
and
always
stuff.
look like he's got just wet hair.
Maybe he's always showering.
I don't know. Maybe he puts
Constantly. He's got a watering can next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, my
He
hair's
just likes to be
starting
really.
wear
He takes off his shirt, abs and everything,
off. Hold on, this one's for the ladies.
with a watering can from the garden.
All right, now this one's for the men.
Give it a little shake.
Do do the weird pec flex thing.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to.
Yeah.
Furthermore, it was a great workout. Running from a guy with a live chainsaw is an excellent motivation. And it was a lot of fun. It was my first role, and I couldn't believe that somebody was going to trust me with that somebody was going to take a chance on me, and I was really grateful. I have no shame about that movie.
Matthew McConaughey said that?
Renee Zellweger said that.
Oh, I'm glad she said it because I don't think he likes this movie.
According to some things I read, neither one of them have any shame about this movie. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, I always thought they hated it.
I thought they did too. I was always told that.
I believe it was more related to their agencies than them.
Okay.
The hospital scene at the end featured 2 actors and 1 actress. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, John Dugan played the grandfather. Paul Partain played Franklin, and Marilyn Burns, we talked about, was Sally. 2 years later, Matthew McConaughey shot to fame with The Time to Kill, and Renee Zellweger shot to fame with Jerry Maguire. Both used the same talent agency. This is where it talks about it. Sony, which owned this movie's distribution rights, was preparing to re-release it, highlighting the pair when their agent threatened a lawsuit claiming their clients were being unfairly exploited. The agency also said that if Sony emphasized their names, neither would appear in any future Sony releases.
Jesus Christ. That's how much they hated it, huh? Not them, but like their agency.
Because they were concerned that the re-release of a horror film would negatively affect the films that they were trying to promote.
Yeah, promoting.
Yes. So if they were trying to, exploit their stars for their films, you get what I'm looking at. Right. So the film eventually got a brief, limited theatrical release in September of 1997. This movie is recursive that it opens with an intertitle referring to 2 minor yet apparently related incidents, a joking acknowledgement of the previous 2 sequels. Justin Yandel of Bloody Disgusting interprets this movie as a cynical reimagining of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, with Henkel parodying his own work. He cites Leatherface's ineffectiveness at dispatching his victims, as well as the archetypal teenage characters as evidence of this movie being a commentary on the declining state of horror movies in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Leatherface, once efficient, methodical, and nearly silent, now struggles to competently capture or kill his victims, all the while screaming like a petulant child. Mm-hmm. The family, no longer backwater cannibals, dines on pizza instead of the fresh meat of their victims. The dinner sequence, originally one of the most effective and horrifying scenes ever committed to film, goes so far off the rails, it climaxes with Jenny turning the tables on her captors and scolding Leatherface into sitting down and shutting up. The ineffectiveness of all this is intentional, and we know this because a man in a limo pulls up and openly acknowledges it. The original director's cut, there is a backstory for Jenny detailing how she was abused by her father. This goes in some way to explain as to why Jenny is not overly fazed by the horrific things happening to her, because in some way she already experienced something similar. In a 1996 re-release documentary on the making of this movie, Kim Henkel stated that he wrote the characters as exaggerated, cartoonish caricatures of quintessential American youth. Henkel cited the murder cases serial killers Ed Gein, Elmer Wayne Henley as influences on his involvement on this movie and the original. Henkel also deliberately wrote themes of female empowerment into the character in the script specifically for Jenny. It's her story, it's about her transformation, her refusal to shut up, to be silenced, to be victimized. And by extension, her refusal to be oppressed. Even
Girl
by culture.
power, bitch.
Even by culture was grotesquely exaggerated and was a way of bringing her to see her own world more clearly. I didn't get any of that out of her character.
No. Mostly because Renee Zellweger was your go-to on that character, and well, you got to explain that to her probably in 30 different ways, and also she's not a good actress, so.
Another element noted by critics and movie scholars is this movie's overt references to cross-dressing in the Leatherface character, which was briefly explored in the original but implemented to a greater extent, where Robert Wilanowski of the Houston Press commented on this movie's treatment of the character, writing that in this movie turns Leatherface into a cross-dressing Nancy boy who screams more than he saws. According to Robert Jacks, he wrote the character as one who assumes the persona of the person whose face he wears. The confused sexuality of the Leatherface character is complex and horrifying at the same time.
No, it's not.
He said in a 96 interview. Movie scholar Scott Van Doviak also took note of this, likening Leatherface's torture presentation in this movie as that of a tortured drag queen.
No. See, this is the problem with these fucking movies, is they're making Leatherface way too complex. He's a fucking nut job, and he's mentally ill. That's it. He doesn't have to be this like, oh, whenever he puts on a face of a victim, that's who he turns in. No, he's just a fucking psychopath that likes to wear skin. That's it. Make it that. You don't have to especially in a movie as stupid as this. Like,
see what happens when you go too deep on a
yeah, you get
movie?
too deep, especially on a character as simple as Leatherface. He likes to kill people, skin them, and wear their faces. Simple as that.
They have like all the subtext in this movie, and nobody fucking liked it.
Exactly. It makes no sense to do all that bullshit. It doesn't. That's why the remakes were better, because they simplified Leatherface to this less complex character that didn't need to be all this other shit. Like, yeah, he was abused, and yeah, he did this and that, and blah, 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 and he was mentally ill, but they didn't give him all this, like, he didn't need a lot of character growth, because you knew what you were getting. Anyway.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
On cue.
3, 2, and...
Oh, man. Take both and pick one.
Get Out.
Another horror movie.
No, Get Out.
Don't we live here?
Oh, yeah.
Another horror movie. Okay.
Oh, calm down.
At least this one
at least it's a good one.
Good.
No, it is a good.
I've
actually,
never
Get
seen
Out's
it,
good.
so I don't know.
This would be the second Jordan Peele movie that we've done, because we did Nope, and then
yeah, because he does Us and
Us, Nope, Get Out, and
he produced Candyman.
Yeah, he produced Candyman. He
man, that was good.
All right, well, next week we're doing Get Out. I'm not overly excited for this one. It's a good movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, though.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I think we've only seen it once.
I've seen it.
Yeah, when it first came out.
I've seen it once or twice. I don't remember. I think
I've never seen it, so.
It's a good movie.
Nope was a good movie, and I didn't think it would be. So
Nope it's not as good as Nope. Nope is his best movie.
I know. I love
in my opinion.
Yes.
I would agree.
My opinion.
I watched it on the podcast, and a week later I had Ada watch it, and then I had Belle and Carolina watch it.
Nope is just an all around good fucking movie. I don't know what it is about that movie that makes me happy, but I love that movie.
I think it's
just a
UFO.
lot.
There's a lot.
I don't know.
There's a lot of things about it.
I think my big thing about it is I think the UFO being the alien with like the kite, kind of
like a different kind of like extraterrestrial.
I'll tell you what, that's got one of the most terrifying scenes to me in the world. Like when they
which one?
Whenever they're being tossed through it.
Yeah, like when they for like just a split second, you see those people going
in,
and you hear them screaming, and it's like,
oh.
There's a lot of terrifying moments, like the part where that part before that, even whenever you know that thing's coming in to take those people
and
up,
they're just watching
or the part where like it's hovering over the house and it's just literally raining blood down on their fucking house.
I know that scene. I don't know, that scene just like when it does that just split second, it just you feel it here.
Yeah.
Like you're like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're literally being eaten by this thing.
Yeah. Like, that's
the movie is super fucking effective. Super effective.
Yes, very much so.
Very good. And that's why he's like, open up the door.
Shredded alive.
Nope.
Yeah, he looks up. Nope.
Yep. Yeah, the movie's really good. I love his character and I loved her character. I thought they were fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were great.
Mm-hmm.
They had a good dynamic.
Oh, absolutely.
So like his quiet, kind of reserved,
Mm-hmm.
and her loud, and like. You know what I mean? Those two were awesome. I love that.
As long as you don't
That's probably one of the best horror movies to come
show
out
respect
in a lot of years. So
keep your head down.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, enough gloating on that movie. We already covered that one.
Oh yeah, my bad.
It's a 10er.
Yeah, it's a 10er.
Woo!
Near perfect.
Near perfect.
Anyway, next week we're gonna do Us or not Us.
Get Out.
Get Out. Sorry.
Get Out.
Nope. Us. Get Out.
Get Out.
Next week we're gonna do Get Out. Jordan Peele. will probably be our creator profile. Let's face it. I mean, you've got the dad, and he's pretty odd. What was his name?
Yeah. Shit.
Can't remember.
Is that his name?
Yep. Shit.
Yeah,
Holy
shit.
Balls.
Holy Balls. Yeah,
Someone hated their child.
It's funny because they actually nicknamed him Holy Balls.
Oh, really?
Anyway, next week, join us whenever we do get out.
Do get out.
We will get out. We will get out.
We do get
How
out.
do you fucking say this movie?
When we
do watch
review
Get Out.
the film Get Out.
Yeah.
We watch Get Out.
Check out all our other stuff down there, the TikTok, all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. It's all. Did you check to see if you had the Instagram? Did you? So I put it in
It is in there. It's on the picture.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about down in the text.
I
I didn't know if
didn't
down below the video if it was. I put it in there last week because I never put Instagram in there, so
I didn't look.
It's in there now. So if you want to find us on TikTok, Twitter, or X, whatever, Facebook. No, Facebook's not on there. Spotify, I think, or Spotify's on there, or is it? Yeah, Spotify, and then our Instagram is down there now. So if you want to find any of those, just go down there and click it. It's in the description. It's in the description for the YouTube and the podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway, until next week.
Bye.
Get out.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Tell me something.